This European Cricket Network event is proudly brought to you by HCL Software and BizAway.
Welcome back, everybody. We're on the European Cricket Network and it's day 2 of this Women's Tri-Series. We saw Scotland and Thailand yesterday. We get to see the Netherlands today. They're taking on Thailand. It's going to be an exciting game. I'm looking forward to all the action and it starts right now. Great to have you all back with us for this second T20I between the Netherlands and Thailand, and this promises to be a very exciting encounter. Last week, these two teams played in an ODI series and they finished up 1-1. So obviously there's a lot of talent on both sides. But what a lot of talk is going on is about this pitch. And for me, this is still a road. Yesterday, from what I saw, it was nice, straight, calm, consistent bounce. Maybe a little bit of swing in the air, but I think Scotland just had a bad day at the office. She is still firm, so if I won the toss, I'd be looking to have a bat first and hopefully put enough runs on the board. With the weather, it's a little bit more breezy today, so we'll have to see what bowlers can handle that. It's a bit of a right to left breeze across the ground, so I'm sure it might be a little bit more difficult for bowlers through their run-throughs, but whoever can acclimatise better to these conditions will probably come away with the win. For the Netherlands, it's a home series. Always exciting, sunny Utrecht. They'll want to come out and hit the ground running. I'm sure Scotland, who are back at the hotel, will be watching this game closely with both eyes wide open. For me, Thailand, they were phenomenal yesterday. Their fielding, their bowling, and then that run chase, all three facets of the game, you can see why they are ranked at number 11 in the world. It should be a very, very good game of cricket. But for now, let's go to the coin toss with match referee Adrian van Dries.
Okay, hello you, Trev. You can call.
Tail.
Tail's called. En het is een head. Header, je wilt de toss? Wat are you going to do?
Bowling.
Bowling. Netherlands won the toss and go to bowl first. Back to you, Corey.
Thank you very much, Adrian, and welcome back everyone around the world. It's match number 2 of this T20 Tri-Series. 3 nations, Thailand, Scotland and the Netherlands, all fighting it out for the coveted trophy, and looking forward to seeing how it'll pan out today. Gorgeous weather here in Utrecht. It's sunny, it's warm, but it is quite windy, so it will be interesting to see who can handle the conditions the best. Good opportunity to welcome back everyone around the world. Hope you're doing well wherever you might be. And let's have a quick look at these two lineups. We spoke a lot about Thailand yesterday. Very impressive. Kyoto at the top. I really liked her keeping and opening the batting. Hit the ball to all parts. But Netherlands, we've seen some of these players on the network a little bit earlier. They played in Gibraltar in the T10 at the start of the year on the network. One name I'm looking forward to seeing, Robin van Oostrum. And I have worked with her many years ago, actually, as she walks down to the fielding position at deep third man, I think it is. But she's a talented bowler and batsman. Looking forward to seeing how she goes. And Iris Zwilling and Robina Reich, there's a lot of good players there. And Netherlands, as the home nation, they're wanting to come out the blocks well here. And electing to bowl first, I thought it was a bat first pitch, but you never know. You never know. Get out there, bowl first, see if you can pick up some early wickets and put this very dangerous Thailand team under pressure. Players have made their way out to the middle. This should be a good game of cricket. You can see a bit of Dutch supporters in the background. They've set up some of the flags around there, and I was having a nice word with them earlier. They're very excited for this game, and you can understand why. Now, standing officials for this one, Rizwan Akram. He's got a lot of international experience with Martin Hancock. Good luck to the 2 umpires out there today. As Willing's got the new ball in her hand and bowled extremely well in Gibraltar on the network a couple of months ago. Kyoto on strike, Kanoi at the non-strikers, and we're all set to go. Match 2 of this Tri-Series. Here we go. That's just going to sneak down the leg side, so that will be a wide to start this one. And looking forward to seeing how this game pans out. Welcome back everyone on YouTube and on the chat. I can see you all there jumping in early and saying hello. David, nice to see you. Matthew, and I'm sure there's a lot of people lurking in the background watching this one today. That's well bowled, really well bowled, full swinging away. And that's one thing that must be touched on yesterday. There seemed to be quite a lot of swing through the air and a bit more of a blustery, breezy day today, so I do expect that shiny new Kookaburra to go around corners a bit. There's Rizwan, standing umpire, plenty of international experience. Full and straight to start, so good from Zwilling. But yeah, good to welcome back everyone around the world. We've got 3 live games going on concurrently on the network, which is quite phenomenal. We're in Malta at the moment. We're also in Hungary, Budapest. So plenty of cricket action. Hopefully you've got 3 screens up and you're watching it all. And that is defended back, straight back to Zwilling. So nice little start this, asking the right questions early. Has to be touched on. Thailand yesterday were phenomenal in all 3 facets, so will they be able to back it up straight away? It's a nice ball and still another dot ball. So good start this from the Netherlands, who, well, as the home nation, we might have a little bit more nerves and wanting to come out here and start the tournament the right way. These 2 teams I touched on in the pre-game played an ODI series. There was a washout in there, but 1-1 was the end result. Plenty of talent on both teams. That's a nice delivery as well, just leaving Kyato. Plenty of movement as well. I'll start this from the Netherlands, who won the toss and elected to bowl first on a wicket that I think looks pretty true. Obviously want to be a bit more of a chasing team. A lot of teams around the world these days do prefer chasing than setting the score. And that might be the first run off the bat. It won't be. Moving to the right there. So another dot ball. What a nice start that is. Only the wide to start the game, followed up by 6 consecutive dots at the end of the very first over of this T20 on a Tuesday. It is 1 for none. But this is today's schedule, and as I mentioned, there's a lot going on. The Medina Cup is currently on the network as well. Malta versus Luxembourg and Luxembourg versus France. I think Vinny Sandhu, Mr. Maximo, is out there enjoying himself. And we're here for match 2, Netherlands versus Thailand. So that's the international cricket that's on the ECN today. And if you're new to the ECN and haven't seen too much of it before, it's 1,700 plus live games this year. And the network continues to grow at an extreme rate. Super fun to be a part of. And yeah, jump on board and enjoy the ride, because it is crazy, but it is fun. How sensational it is that we're out here doing women's T20Is. I think it's a great work from everyone at the office to get behind it, and the KNCB for inviting ECN out here, and everyone working in conjunction with each other to make this happen. As Lynch looks like a little bit of spin here from the clubhouse end. Deep mid-wicket, deep mid-on are the 2 boundary riders. That's pretty lack of swing or spin there. I was just having a closer look. From this end, the wicket really didn't do too much yesterday. Sort of skidded on. So it'll be interesting to see if they can get anything out of it today. It's pretty straight on, isn't it? Looks like a good batting track to me still, as that's going to be the first runs off the bat. Kanoy with a little paddle sweep around the corner for 1 to get off the mark. But yeah, it looks like that's going pretty straight on. True wicket. And if a batter can get in today, there is an opportunity to go on and make a big one. Kyato was so good at smacking it through mid-wicket yesterday. One of the favoured strokes. See if they pull it out now. Kyato gets off the mark with a nice little drive out to long on. It's Van Oostrum doing the roaming out there, and ball's left arm seam. Might see that a little bit later. Good to see Joe and Andy in the chat as well. Hello. Hope everyone's good out there. And yeah, if you are in the chat and do want to ask any questions or queries today, do feel free. Always fun to interact with all the viewers. As that's hit nicely again down the ground. So Thailand just starting to go about their business, and after a sedate first over, both opening batters are off the mark, and that's always a nice feeling. well bowled, but there's the example. I'm telling you, there is no real spin in this pitch. That's an off spinner that's just going on. Pitches and just straightens, if anything, just keeps going on with the arm. So don't play for too much spin on this pitch. It is true. That's a loose delivery down the leg side for a wide count. So misses out. Matthew Hodgson with the comment of the day. If you haven't seen the ECN before, or think of old traditional test cricket, cucumber sandwiches and everything, and imagine the exact opposite, and that's pretty true. So it's flicked through mid-wicket, and if they run hard, there could be 2 here, but they'll settle for 1, and that'll Lender take us to the end of the first 2 overs of this game. And the score is 6 for none. So sedate start as we have a look at the table, and obviously it's early doors in this week of T20I women's action. Yesterday, Thailand, well, has to be said, decimated Scotland. Scotland just seemed a little bit behind the 8 ball. I think they'll be disappointed, but I expect to see a better Scotland next time they come out. I saw some good talent there from some of their players. Just a big batting collapse which happened in the 4th over, and they never really recovered. So a slip in place. Deep third and a deep forward square leg. Is willing to continue. And some genuine pace from Zwilling. Good, strong action. And another dot, 7 dots in a row. From the far end. I start this from the Netherlands. They'd love to pick up an early wicket or 2. Create some pressure. Good batting. Kiato just drops that into the leg side and they'll scamper through for a single. So singles to start this one. We haven't seen a shot at Nanga just yet. But yeah, if you are new to the ECN, usually we do a lot of T10 broadcasting everywhere. It's great to have some T20s on the network as well. I wonder if we'll ever do a 50 over. Not too sure. I think some people in the office might be pulling their hair out if we are, but you never know. It's well bowled, keeping it nice and straight. And another dot ball. Good start this from the Netherlands. They haven't offered up too many loose deliveries, and when you elect to bowl first, you've got to come out here and get it in the right areas straight away. Oh, that's a bit of a shot in anger. Nice shot too. It wasn't the worst delivery you'll ever see, but that might be the first boundary, and it is. So that's 4 runs for Thailand. Kanoi opening the shoulders. We are in the power play, so why not? Yeah, it's not the worst ball you'll ever see, but gets whacked away through mid-wicket, and it'll go for 4. Here's the first boundary for Thailand. Nice shot. Hands high up on the bat. Sort of Adam Gilchrist style. Used to hold the bat quite high up, and Kanoi gets off the mark in the boundary column. This time cramped up for a little bit of room. So obviously power play, normal regulations here. Two fielders allowed outside the ring. I think for Thailand, they'll be hoping to be anything around 6 or maybe 7 and over at the end of the power play if they can. That's going to be down the leg side. That'll be signalled a wide by Rizwan, and as I mentioned, he's one of the more experienced umpires in the Netherlands. I'm pretty sure he was standing out there for England last year when they were here, and nearly every big series you'll see him around. He's a very good umpire. And even at the ICC qualifiers last year where Spain played, I remember having some good chats with him. He's a very good man. A nice looking drive. As it is stopped in the end. Malcolm just kept to the single. And not a bad start from the Netherlands. Only the 1 boundary conceded in the first 3 overs, and the score is 13 for none. So steady start in this one. It is good, David. You see those sponsor signs in the background flapping quite a lot. It is breezy here today. So going to be Lynch to continue. So we're just sliding onto the bat from this end at the moment. It's a little bit shorter and it's hoiked over mid-wicket. They'll think about 2 here if they're quick. And they are. Oh, a bit of a miscommunication. But it's good running from Kiato, who was running to the danger end and knew the whole time that there should be 2 there. A little bit of miscommunication. Watch Kiato here, touch and go from the far end. Touches and goes, and that's good because running to the danger end, there was always 2 there. Yeah, nice looking shot, but finds the fielder at cover. Bit of a wall on that offside. 4 fielders in the inner ring. No one back on the offside, so any width that's given. Look to pierce that gap. Oh, it's a full toss this time. Looking at Rizwan at square leg, keeps his hand down, so under waist height, won't be a no ball. Just a reminder for everyone as well, we don't have third umpire or the use of technology. We will be able to look at replays, but unfortunately the umpires will not be allowed to use them as part of their repertoire for this series. Don't ask me why, it's just the regulations that it is. It's down the leg side and that'll be another wide. So a couple of extras are helping Thailand score here. Everyone's got to be careful in the toss electing to bowl. We're going to need plenty of voice out there though. Well defended. Kiato playing a little bit within herself at the moment. Yesterday came out the blocks and really hit it to all parts. Today just a little bit more circumspect. Bowling's been pretty steady. And there we go. That's a little bit more of what we saw yesterday. Top edge though. And, well, Kiato wanted 2 there and Kanoi didn't want it. But I reckon if you touch and go straight away, might have been on. It's 18 off 3.5. Last ball of the 4th. There's a couple more changes to the field. So Netherlands obviously have got their plans for each individual batter. That's short. That deserves to be dispatched, but it's dropped. Oh, well, that's actually an opportunity. I thought that was going to be short, wide, and go for 4. Unfortunately, Hannah Landier has put that down. It's timed okay, but it ballooned and, yeah, just burst through in the end. So it's an opportunity missed, and we saw yesterday Scotland missed a few opportunities and it cost them. So that is the end of 4 overs. If the Netherlands had have caught that, I think they would have said, oh, great start, but the score is 18 for none. You see, steady start here in this one. No overs really going for any treatment. Each over has then gone for 1, 5, 7, and 4. So a really steady start in this. So third comes up into the ring and deep cover is going to be put in place and deep square. So protecting the square boundaries as Rabin Reich is going to come into bowl. Played her cricket in New Zealand in the off-season and from all reports, leading run scorer in the league that she went and played. Talented cricketer with bat and ball, holding the 5th. Some gentle away swing, but in the right area. It's a nice start. And overall, despite the drop chance, I think the Netherlands will be pretty happy with this. They've been able to contain a dangerous Thailand. Hit in the air. This will be caught, and that'll be the first wicket. Well, Kiato just didn't look like the batter we saw yesterday. Never really got it going, and that's a balloon shot straight to cover and an easy catch in the end. So the first wicket will go down on this sunny Tuesday out here in Utrecht. It was a little bit wide of off stump and maybe could have been dispatched, but splices off the bat and a simple catch is given. So they won't pay for the drop in the previous over, and Kiato will be a little bit disappointed today. didn't look herself compared to yesterday. And what a nice start this is for the Netherlands. As you can see, a bit of advice being given to Chantham, who's going to come out number 19, batting at 3. So another look at that wicket, and it's a bit of an innocuous looking delivery, but you can see just the bat, a bit of a splice in the hand, and just wasn't timed, and a simple catch on offer. So handy start this for the Netherlands now, picking up that early wicket. They'll be hoping to restrict Thailand to anything around that 120 or under, I believe. Chantham coming out at number 3. Played some beautiful shots yesterday, especially off the back foot. And that's a cornerstone of the batting yesterday. These lovely punches in the offsiders. Well fielded there by Lynch, who took the catch as well, I should mention. And yeah, nice punch to start Chantham's innings. Off the mark straight away. Good bit of ground fielding there as well. There was a sweeper cover though. And you see Kanoi really favouring these onside on drives. Must be said and touched on as well. Thailand, the first team from outside Europe to play on the ECN. We do cover a lot of cricket, but yeah, very rare to have a team that's in the continent. There's once again bit of bottom hand coming through and straight to mid wicket. So 1 ball left in this over. Nice message from MJ Grant in the chat, and we'll remind everyone, if you do want to interact, you can go on YouTube. This is free to watch, and he said to have this amount of cricket for free from ECN is unmatched. Great work from all involved and the commentators and their knowledge. Thank you very much. And yeah, we do get an amazing amount of games streamed and televised for you all. Last ball this over and in the air again, and well, carve and copy. What a start this is for the Netherlands. It's Robina Reich teaming up with her teammate Lynch. 2 in the over, 2 for 1 off the over. And it's another loose drive from Thailand, who have started a bit slow in this one. And 19 for 2 now. They won the toss, they elected by. You see again, it's a very loose drive. The hand coming off the bat. Both openers today didn't look themselves, and it's full swinging away, and it's ballooned. Simple catch. Lynch is never going to drop that, and 2 wickets gone now. What a start this is for Netherlands. When you win the toss and you elect to bowl, well, you want to back up the captain's decision, and that's exactly what we're seeing. So Lynch will continue, and Lynch, with steady figures, has 2 catches to her name and doing a job from one end. Going to bowl 3 in the power play here. Kotra Kai has joined Chantham now. So what a brilliant over from Reich. 2 wickets, sensational. Well bowled, and this is always a tricky position as a number 3 and number 4. You come out after both openers have been dismissed cheaply. Sort of fight this little battle within yourself with if you want to get on with it or not, or want to do a little bit of a rebuilding phase. As that's in the air and going to be in the gap, so they might get 2 here. They should. As they turn around and touch and go. Chantham starting quite positively out there. And yeah, a little bit of pressure on this Thailand team, but we know how good they are. I was watching them in the warm-ups, and phenomenal fielding group. But we can't forget about their batting as well. They are very talented indeed. That's shorter and punched straight to mid-wicket, and should just be a dot ball. Gets through to mid-on, but another dot. I think Lynch is proving to be pretty effective, trying to keep it as straight as possible and bring those straight fielders into the game. As that's flighted, oh, that could have been a ball to dispatch through the covers, but another ball missed out on that time. Nice to see Chantham use her feet though. Always handy if you can come down and try and disrupt the bowler's lengths. That's short, that should be dispatched, and it burst through cover's hand, so I reckon this will be 2 more. Good hand though from the fielder. That was Heather Seegers, the captain at cover, who got a hand on it and saved 4, I think. That was hit pretty hard, so another 2 to the total. Only the 1 boundary in this power play. Be very happy indeed, the Netherlands. They're in control of this fixture at the moment. Flighted delivery, attractively driven. But another dot ball, and Lynch is doing a job. And after 6 overs, 23 for 2. Sedate power play, to say the least. This is our upcoming events. As I mentioned, if you are new to the ECN, we're currently in Budapest in Hungary. I was there last week. We've also got this going on. We've got the Medina Cup going on. Vinny's over there doing that. But we've got the Valletta Cup following that up in Malta, then Czech Republic. I'm going to Portugal just for a couple of days, and then I'll be back, and then Switzerland. And I tell you what, after that, there's more cricket coming. So if you do want to get around us, follow us on European Cricket Network on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. And if you like cricket, you've come to the right place, because we do big hours. It's good fun though, no one's complaining. There's been a Reich will obviously continue with her spell. 2 for 1 is not too bad. You'll take that. Contra and Kai, first ball. This time not going away from the batsman, so just angled in and will be a wide. A couple of extras have been bowled so far, but nothing too horrific. Sometimes that kookaburra is difficult to control. There's a little bit of width on offer, and that's punched quite nicely out to deep cover, but will just be a single. So that's the thing, in a T20, when you actually have a bit of a sedate power play, you always feel like you're playing catch-up, and it takes a lot of talent to be able to manipulate the field outside the power play. I like what the Netherlands are doing here as well. They've actually kept 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fielders in the ring. Saying to Thailand, well, we're not going to take a backward step. We're on top. Let's keep everybody in. That's hit really nicely, but that'll be out to one of those sweepers, and good fielding. Good running though also. 2 on the arm. So 2 to the total. Yeah, let's have a look at that field. Look at the Netherlands there. Count them with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fielders in the ring, and we're outside the power play. So I think this has obviously been talked about. If we get early wickets, let's stay on top and not retreat. The only 2 boundary riders are actually deep cover and deep square. So I like it. It's aggressive. Why not? Yeah, well bowled, full and straight. Chantham actually turned that into a Yorker. Chantham's the one batter so far that's come out here and actually looked to time the ball quite well. So looking a little bit dangerous, 7 off 9, building nicely to maybe something more substantial. Again, full and straight. Really good bowling from Reich. asking all the right questions. Some of the deliveries that she's produced have swung away, and just every now and then it just goes on. So batters have to think about 2 lines of bowling here. And that time it swings, and yeah, nice shot. Well, I touched on Chantham's come out here and had the best timing of the batters so far, and that's 4. And this is the risk you do run if you want to keep everybody in the ring. Well, if it does break through, it will go for 4. Maybe they could have dropped mid-off back after they were ahead in the over, but I do like the aggressive nature. However, that's 4 runs. Opens that front leg, punches it over the top, gets enough wood on it. And this outfield is pretty quick. It's a lovely shot. Just a little bit of a shimmy. Good connection. Must be touched on that the boundaries are about 60 metres here, so do have to time the ball quite well to get it there. Keeper up to the stumps, and that's good as well. Hit and run. If they're going to be in the ring but sitting back a little bit, we can go. And Chantham's looking pretty dangerous here. So at the end of 7 overs, the score is 32 for 2. I want to welcome everybody to the Dream Box, we like to call it, the commentary cube. And if you are joining us, the European Cricket Network, you can find us on all the social media platforms. But it's great to be here in Utrecht. We're also live in Malta, also in Hungary. I was there last week. So plenty of cricket action, but it is fantastic to have the women's event going on at the moment. T20Is, we don't get to cover too many of those, but super exciting to have more T20Is on the network. And hopefully we can do more in the future. And with the women's game that is growing so much, maybe more women's cricket as well. I think we've got a few surprises coming up on the network maybe in December, so keep your eye out for that. And yeah, this promises to be a good game. The Netherlands have started well. They won the toss. They elected to bowl, and they're being rewarded. And you can see the faithful Dutch supporters out there. I'm sure a few of them would have been at the airport this morning as the men's team came home. And we will see a bowling change. De Lange is going to come into bowl. Leg spin. Watched her bowl in the Gibraltar T10 a couple months ago. Very talented. And can get it right. Could cause a few issues here. As that is a beautiful shot. Oh, wowee. That's gorgeous from Chantham to come down the wicket and time it like that over extra cover. What a shot. That shot of the tournament so far for me. Didn't get to the pitch of this. Back to the hand-eye coordination and pumps it. 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 4. Thanks for coming. And Chantham has come out here with some intent and is timing the ball sweetly. Will they drop mid-off or mid-on? No, they keep mid-off and mid-on up, so bit of byplay between Thailand and Netherlands here. Great comeback delivery from De Lange. That is superb bowling. A little bit fuller this time, and tell you what, that was not far away from the off pole. Ooh, good comeback delivery. Once again, good length. This is a good contest, this. Chantham's got to 16 or 15. And it gives himself a little bit of room. Times it sweetly, but to cover. This is where I'd be tempted to maybe drop one of the mid-off or mid-on back now. You've 4 off 4 in the over. If it's a 1 here and a 1, you win the over, basically, if it's only going for 6. They keep both up, though, and the sweep shot goes to 45. So, yeah, now it's 4 off 5. You could drop both back, and if it goes for 1, you still keep control of the over. If you give a boundary, you've probably lost the over. So these are the little things that the captain, Heather Seegers, has to think about out there on the fly. And there you go. That's good from the bowler, actually. De Lange has thought, you know what, 4 off 5, I'm winning this over. If you hit a 1 down the ground, I'm pretty relaxed. And I think that's a good sign to see that a bowler takes initiative with their own field. And this time, it's going to bring a wicket. So sensational from the Netherlands. They've started here really well. De Lange, what a good over that is after being pumped for the very first ball over wide extra cover for 4. Lands 5 perfect leg spinners after that and gets rewarded. And the Netherlands are on top here. And you can see how happy they are. That pitch, that did spin. We haven't seen much go. Leg spin always does a bit more than off spin. And the 3rd wicket will go. Chantham dismissed. And the Netherlands are on cloud 9 at the moment. disappointment for Chantham, who really did look the most settled of the batters we've seen today. Does give another batter an opportunity though. Yeah, nice steady catch, easy catch. I'll get a name for you in a moment, but what a lovely start this is. Just that bat reaching for the ball a little bit, thickish outside edge, and knew straight away it was in a bit of trouble there. So Overdyke with the ball in hand now. Good time to come into bowl when you've got both batters not really in. Meyer is going to come out here at number 5. Opening bowler Meyer, and obviously handy with the bat to come up out in the number 5. Kotra and Kai has only faced the one delivery so far. There's another fielder brought into the ring. So it's still 7 in the ring. It's almost like an extended power play almost. Really attacking from Netherlands. You have to give them credit. Why not? Third will go back, but still 6 in the ring is a positive sign, and they feel like they've got an opportunity in this to maybe spring a surprise. As Overdyke gets driven through the offside for just the single. But yeah, great start this from the Netherlands. That obviously the home nation in this series. They'll be having a lot of friends and loved ones who are tuning in and watching this. And if they do want to say hello, jump on YouTube, say hello. I'll give you a shout out. But super exciting for Dutch cricket. A lot of good things happening here in the Netherlands currently. As Meyer throws hands first ball and gets a feather edge. Gone. Another wicket. Delator with the catch, and the Netherlands are on top here. Meyer saw some width on a very first delivery, decided to throw hands at it, and a feather edge goes through. Rizwan Akram didn't hesitate in giving the dismissal, and this is a dream start for the Netherlands now. You can see big smiles on their face. Always hard to see if there's a massive deflection, but loose shot first ball has to be said. I get it though, you see some width, the eyes light up, and you want to lace it over backward point. Big fan. But another wicket will go. And what a dream start this is. It's an innocuous looking delivery. I think if you spoke to Overdyke, we'll probably say it's not the greatest ball that she's ever delivered, but sometimes it goes your way. There was width on offer and everything going the Netherlands' way at the moment. So another batter makes their way to the middle. And plenty of pressure on Thailand at the moment, who played such a perfect game yesterday. And today, yeah, it just hasn't been in the day, and that's the beauty of cricket. Sometimes it's a topsy-turvy sport. One day you can be phenomenal, the next day, behind the 8 ball, as Chawai will come out here, and Chawai's got a lot of pressure now. Probably didn't expect to be batting in the 9th over, and the Netherlands are loud. I can hear them through the effects mic. They are pumped up right now. A good delivery from Overdyke, who just putting it in the right spot at the moment. So 37 for 4. These are those moments, if they can capitalise here and keep Thailand right down, who are ranked 11th in the world, they can be chasing something less than 100. Great to see. Message in the chat. Scotty Edwards, men's captain, has jumped in. Full delivery, another dot. Scotty Edwards, men's captain's jumped in. Said great start from the ladies. So very positive to see that the men are watching the ladies right now. The national team, they got back from Zimbabwe. And I think Scotty, one thing he'd like about this is probably the captaincy of Heather Seegers. And I know he likes keeping an extra couple of fielders in the ring. And that's what we're seeing here. Another ball, very full, very straight, and a good running, actually, as Chawai gets off the mark with a punch to mid-off. And a couple of people straight away in the chat wishing Scott congratulations, and the men's teams. We know what they've achieved recently, and I think it just goes to show how much Netherlands cricket's growing. And I'll give everyone a little bit of a surprise, and I'll let it happen now. Rumour has it Scotty Edwards could be here on Thursday in the comm box with me. So that would make a lot of people happy, and great to have you here, Scotty, as that's punched through mid-wicket, and that could go for 4. What a lovely shot that is from Contrinkai. It was slightly over-pitched, found a gap, well-timed. That'll be a 4, which we haven't seen for a while. Low full toss, and timed beautifully in between the two fielders there. So a handy boundary, very handy indeed. Thailand needed that just as a steadier. And the score is currently, get my laptop quickly loaded. There you go, 42 for 4 after 9. Good start this for the Netherlands. There are no demons in this pitch. It's just, you've got to bowl first. And if you do bowl first, you've got to be on the money. And they have been. Langer will continue. And still the attack is on. 6 fielders in the ring. Mid-off and mid-on, stay up. That's deep square. A couple more fans in the background have had a good turnout today. I'm sure a lot of family and friends have come out and want to support. That's really well bowled. Just getting it in the spot, giving it a bit of air. Yeah, nice shot, cut away, slight misfield, but no run, and the strangle is on. You can feel it right now. Thailand are in danger here of, well, being caught out. Not too sure what total they've got in their mind. They'll be wanting at least 3 figures, you'd imagine. Not going to be easy from this position. Another flighted delivery. That's well played. With a square drive out to the sweeper. And brilliant fielding out there. So just the single. Another full delivery. What a lovely shot that is. And Van Oostrum does exceptionally well with the left duke. Keeps it to 1. This is really good from the Netherlands. The fielders backing up the bowlers. Just the one down the ground. Nice looking stroke. And just has that feeling of we might have an upset here. Bit of a boil over. Another delivery. Well bowled. All the 4s at the moment. 44 for 4. I mean, we're almost through 10 and Thailand are behind in this. Another message coming through. Max O'Dowd as well, watching. So great to see a lot of the men's Dutch team tuning in and supporting the ladies. That's what you want to hear from your federation. As that's cut nicely, but straight to the fielder again. And the squeeze is on. They are racing through the overs right now. And at the end of 10, and it's all the Dutch. 44 for 4. As we have the mid-inning summary. The director was just telling me, yeah, a little mid-inning summary. There you go, 44 for 4. Rabina Wright, pick of the bowlers, 2 for 10, but I think all the bowlers will have their head up high. Chantham's the only batter we've seen so far really look like they were in. 16 off 18 before a leading edge to point, as Overdyke will continue. And nice looking square drive. Gorgeous shot, but just to the sweeper again, and it's just the 1. So they're working the angles pretty well at the moment, and if they can keep it like this, they might not be chasing too many. And more aggression. That deep square has been brought in now. Only 2 boundary riders. That will be a wide, so more aggression for the Dutch, and I like it. Width, cut, square driven more than cut actually, and just another single. They're doing quite well at finding deep cover at the moment. And, well, the Netherlands won't mind this at all. Obviously, Would have seen the Thailand team last week. Had done a fair bit of homework after the 50 over series. But Thailand have been a force to be reckoned with in the T20 world, and right now they're up against it. Another nice looking drive that's well timed but straight to Zwilling out there, who's had her work cut out, covering some yards, but ball does seem to be going to that direction and straight to her quite a lot. Can they sort of play that drive a little bit later and maybe get it through backward point, or potentially elevate it over cover? Good area again. Michael in the chat makes a good point. Says if the Dutch just keep bowling outside off, keep it at a good length, then they're going to make it very difficult for Thailand, who have to play catch up in this, and that's what they're doing. We haven't seen too many loose deliveries. We haven't seen short. We haven't seen too many off the legs for them to pick out. I think Shane Dietz, the national coach right now for the Netherlands, will be very happy. Once again, a decent length as it's run to backward point. They'll scamper through for a single. Yeah, Shane Dietz is coach of the Netherlands, not for too much longer. He's taken the West Indies women's job, and that was announced this week, so good luck to Shane. Not too sure when he's starting, but I think he's going to jump in the comm box sometime this week. Maybe we can pick his brain a little bit. Oh, that's the first really loose delivery and pulled away into the leg side. I'm just looking at square leg here at Martin Hancock, and not going to be signalled to no ball, so they get away with that. That brings the 50 up, but it's sedate. It's 50 for 4 after 11. That must have been close to a no ball, but not given in the end. Look at those bowling figures, and I think at the moment, everyone, if you told them though that would be your figures at the start of the day, you're taking it. Even Lynch has to be spoken about. Might not look compared to the other bowlers that it says pretty, but bowling 3 overs in the power play and only going for 14 from one end is extremely effective. And usually if you bowl in partnerships, you'll be able to pick up the wicket at one of the ends. So 50 up, 9 overs left. Can they go at least a run a ball and get to 3 figures? Not going to be easy though. Bowling's been good as that's just pushed into the offside for another single. This is a grind at the moment for Thailand. Yeah, for people that don't know, Netherlands ranked 18th, Scotland 14th in this comp, and Thailand at 11th. I believe Thailand beat Zimbabwe this year. We've got a lot of talent, but right now they are under the pump from the home nation. Again, flighted, and yeah, it's difficult unless you want to take a risk and use your feet and try to get it over mid-off like Chaiwai did earlier. Seems like the only option at the moment is to cut it to deep cover. Potentially, this is a sort of field that if you had a reverse sweep or you could cut it later, there's only one backward point, you could get value. There we go, there's the risk, and what a nice shot it is it'll be a dot ball, but that's good to see. Contra and Kai just using their feed and trying something different. Again, coming down, but DeLang has bowled an exceptional spell. Very first ball went for 4, and since then has landed it on a dime, really. 3 balls in a row. Good feet, 3 times finding cover. So nothing going Thailand's way at the moment, and the Netherlands are loving this. This is that last ball of the over. Do they drop mid-off or mid-on back here and win the over, or do they keep them all up? They're going to keep them up. Slight gamble. And good adjustment. That's good batting. That's that zone I was just talking about. There's no sort of short third man, so if you can run it away, you might be able to get 1 or 2. Just the 1 this time. But another good over from DeLanger, who seems to be able to land it on a length with ease. Just the 1. Thailand struggling here. A lot of pressure. Will be expected to win this game, you'd imagine, but right now, Netherlands doing a very good job. 53 for 4 after 12. Looks like another bowling change might be happening here. Hannah Land here is going to come on. And can she keep up the good work of the other bowlers? Oh, a bit of pace, and it's cut beautifully. And isn't pace sometimes a bit easier for the Baz? It's a cruel game as I'm looking at Van Oostrom, who makes good ground out to her right, and that's going to be 2. And Landia looks like some genuine wheels. Goes away for 2. A little bit of width on offer. Contra and Kai actually might enjoy more pace to work with. Cricket's a funny game. Sometimes the quicker it comes, the further it can go. This will be an interesting contest. Again, cut and gets through Rabin Reich there as it bursts through backward point and will be a single. It's a whippy sort of release action, but there's some genuine pace here. That's nice to see. Can Land here get the line right now. It's been a little bit wide these first 2 deliveries. That's a good enough. That ball, Chawai decides to leave it, maybe in 2 minds, hoping it was going to be a wide. That's a better area, and oh, it almost goes onto the stumps. Good presence of mind from Chawai, who gets the blade back down, the old double hit. Does it in defence of the wickets. Look at this. It was chopped into the ground, off the body, starts to roll backwards, and there you go. Just taps it away. It would have been a pretty unlucky way to go, actually. Good presence of mind, because that was tracking back onto the stumps. 5 off 14 now. A release shot has to come here. It's a pretty good shot. It's moosed out to deep cover, but it's only going to be the 1 again. So Land here will be pretty happy with this start as well. As a bit of rustiness comes in. That should have only been 1. A good match awareness again from Thailand, who sneak an overthrow. Wobble just alluding to later. Let's have a look how that happened. Ball comes in and just on the half volley gets away. So bonus run. Well bowled, well played. Good cricket. And Oostrom attacks it, and just the 1 again. Oh no, almost another overthrow. So a little bit of sloppiness creeping into the 13th over, but nothing too extreme. And at the end of 13 overs, I've got Thailand at 59 for 4. This was the fielding from Van Oostrom. And you can see Thailand always match aware, always looking. They really almost snuck another overthrow there, but deciding against it in the end. A bit of a truncated worm, isn't it? Just hasn't really got going. I mean, it's only, if you look at that on the left, the numbers on the left, it's at 5 is the highest they've almost been. So Netherlands will feel like they've been in control this whole innings, really. And after choosing to bowl first, that'll make them very happy indeed. At 59 for 4. Delanger's going to continue this exceptional spell. Chopped down, offside. Good fielding, one-handed pickup, no way. That would have been a phenomenal run out. That was Land here at backward point, who picked it up with the 1 juke and almost ripped out the poles. Great fielding, that would have been close. Just scamper through for the 1 in the end. You can see the reaction. Must have been close. Still 6 fielders in the ring. It does go to one of them at mid-wicket, and just the 1. It's a wild throw, though. Oh, no, and it's gotten through. It's a wild throw. Is this going to be a 5? No, we'll pull up short. They'll get 2. So just in the last over and a half, a little bit of, I'd just say a bit of loose fielding from the Dutch, who have been exemplary so far. A couple extra runs given to Thailand, and against a team of this calibre who have an extremely good bowling attack and extremely good fielders, you don't want to give away too many freebies. Again, driven, back foot punch, and that's wide of deep cover. That's better batting because you do have a chance of maybe getting a 2, but they just steady on the 1. A little bit of a partnership starting to blossom now. Corinthian Kai has moved to 18 off 16. Chawai's 9 off 17. There we go. I don't mind that. The old traditional sweep shot. And if Scotty Edwards is still watching, Dutch captain, the man with only 1 shot, he'll appreciate that as well. Doesn't matter if you've only got 1 shot, as long as you master it. So Thailand starting to get a bit more of a groove here. And in the air and gone. As soon as I do it, I put the commentator curse, the kibosh on Corinthian Kai, and another catch to cover. Seems like a very hot spot today. That's the captain that holds on to it, Heather Seegers. And overall, Delanga deserves that. This has been a very good spell of leg spin bowling, landing it on a decent length every time. Not really time, no power in the shot, and another wicket will go. And just as Thailand started to get back into it, maybe that wicket adds another wobble. So disappointment, as you can see. Never a nice feeling when you get dismissed, especially when you feel like you're just getting in. But credit to the Dutch. They've squeezed, they've squeezed, they've squeezed, and they've picked up another breakthrough. Just good length bowling. Batsman advancing, batter advancing, sorry, and yeah, not getting to the pitch of it. Another batter comes out to the middle, and plenty of pressure on this Thailand lineup at the moment. Looks like it's going to be Sudarang. He will come out here and probably needs to play a little bit of a cameo. There's 6 overs left after this, and 3 figures isn't out of the question. Run a ball basically, but they'll want a couple of boundaries in there as well. Last ball of Delanga's spell, a really good spell. And a good way to finish. 4 overs on the trot. The first ball of the spell went for 4. After that, it was 2 for 10 off the remaining 3.5. Exceptional bowling. And at the end of 14 overs, the score is 64 for 5. And one of our marquee events is actually only just around the corner. In 76 days. We have the 31 teams, nations coming and playing at the ECC T10 Cartamania, we like to call it. 25th of September to 20th of October, just a little less than a month. Should be exciting. Netherlands are actually the reigning champions, but I think they'll be missing a few players this year. A few of them will be at the World Cup, but that'll be exciting. 76 days and then 75 days from when I'm eating empanadas in Spain and sitting on the beach. So I'm pretty excited myself. Looking forward to it. Brought to you by Dream 11 on the European Cricket Network. So that will be a dot ball. And a couple of people in the chat saying land here reminds them of Sean Tate, the nicknamed the Wild Thing, Australian fast bowler. Similar sort of action. A little bit slingy, a little bit whippy, but that sort of action does generate good pace. And you can see there's some good pace getting through here. Oh, a little edge, and well, I'll give the batter a bit of credit here. I reckon that was played intentionally, and that's going to go for 4. A much-needed boundary. Chawai obviously using the pace. Let's see, was it as intentional as it went? I'd say a little bit edgy, but well, when you're running it down to 3rd, you'll get a little bit of luck. It's a favoured zone of many batters out there. I like it, and I like the batting there of Chawai. And Erstrom tried their best. And good comeback ball from Landier. So I think Landier's bowled an okay spell. It's just every now and then a little bit too wide of the off stump, and it's been put away. That's a better line. That's a better length. And top ball as a result. Again, nicely cut, and this one's to the other side of Van Oostrum. Touch and go. They should get back for 2, and they will get back for 2. Some good running from Thailand. Chawai's finding her groove here. 16 off 22 in a rebuilding phase. As that's, oh, the glorious shot. Unlucky, left or right of Rabin Reich there. That would have been 4. That was hit so hard, but good hand on it, keeps it to 1. The old traditional square drive here, bang, crunched, and that flew. Just the 1 in the end. Last ball of this 15th over. That will be a wide. But are things starting to turn for Thailand? Is it starting to go their way? Just feels like maybe a little bit of a momentum shift. A couple of nice shots. It was at one stage 37 for 4. The play and miss will end the 15th over. So 5 overs remaining in this very first innings. And the score is 72 for 5. You can see there, beautiful shot of this oval. Utrecht, we'll have a quick look at that scorecard. 3 players in the top 4 all getting a start, but no one going on with it. And that's probably the tail of the tape. Usually if a batter gets into those teens, you want them to turn it into a score of substance, but credit to the Dutch, they've bowled extremely well. 7 wides has helped the score a little bit. At the moment, Chawai has a bit of pressure on her shoulders to probably bat through here and make a 35 plus. So Lynch will come back, who bowled all 3 overs at the top in the power play. Not easy to do that. Very interesting to see mid-off and mid-on still in for Chawai. I wouldn't be surprised if Chawai tries to take this on. Just punches it out to deep cover, and just the 1. Chudarang yet to score. What's a runner ball give them? Runner ball gives them 102. And after watching Thailand bowl yesterday, this game is still very much on. Trust me, they are an extremely impressive bowling unit. A little bit shorter and all pushed into the gap. So runs starting to just flow a little bit. If they can sneak in the odd boundary as well, they can feel a lot better. These are official T20I matches, so ranking points are on the line as well. Oh, that's close. That's really close, and it's gone. Lynch gets a bit of reward. Chawai goes for the sweep shot, and the decision has been made. Going on to hit the stance. We'll have a closer look of it, but it did look like it was pretty adjacent in the end. As another wicket goes. Flighted delivery. Pitches on just outside off, hitting in line for me. That's 3 reds. Closer look. Goes for that sweep shot. Oh, was there a little edge on that? We'll play that one again just a bit slowly. Have a closer look here. Was there a feather? Was it pitches? Oh, maybe a little bit of a deflection there. Very difficult to tell. Live, it did look out, but in the end, it doesn't matter. Wicket goes, and well, the Netherlands continue their good form out here. Just as things were brewing up. This is straight on again. What do you think in the chat? Was there a little deflection there? Tough to tell. I can understand why the umpire gave that out. From my first view live, it did look pretty adjacent. Not an easy job being an umpire. So Butchatham comes out. Bit of work to do, left-handed. And it does feel like the Netherlands picking up these wickets always at the right time. Anytime Thailand have fought back a little bit in this contest, the Netherlands have had this happy knack of picking up a wicket. Oh, sweep shot from well outside off stump, like that. Why not? Gets a single. Butchatham gets off the mark. Sudarang is going to face the last delivery of this 16th. The squeeze is still on. The Netherlands will be mighty happy with this. They really will be. They're going to be in this contest. Whatever they are chasing, they've got a red-hot chance. Cut nicely, and another dot ball sneaks into that scorecard. 16 overs gone. Thailand on the ropes a little bit. 75 for 6. As we take a look at that fantastic bowling scorecard, everyone chipping in and offering something. 2 wickets apiece for Reich and DeLong, who stood out, and the Netherlands will be hoping to wrap this up. Another wicket or 2 here. Another wicket or 2 here, and they'll be hoping that chasing anything under maybe 95. Take that with both hands at the toss time. Looks like Zwilling is going to come back into the attack. 2 overs left in her spell. Wouldn't be surprised if she bowls out here. So 4 overs remaining. Only 5 fielders in the ring now, so a couple more have gone back. A little bit more defensive. And is that out? It is out. Another wicket goes, and the Netherlands are having a day out here in the sun of Utrecht. A feather edge and a nice safe catch from Delata. Another wicket, and Thailand just can't get anything going in this innings. You can see big smiles on their faces, and you can understand why. They're throwing up a massive challenge here. Feather edge, they went up straight away. There must have been a big noise out there. And the decision was made. Always tough. We don't have the capabilities of Snicko or Hotspot yet. Wouldn't be surprised if we get them one day. But just a feather edge, and Zwilling knew. Zwilling knew straight away. So did Delata, and there's the celebration, and you can understand why. They have an opportunity and a chance here to potentially bowl Thailand out for much less than they would have thought. If they can finish well here, they could potentially bowl them out in the grady 80s and take that with both hands. Chaturuna Gratana comes out. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. I'll give it another go. Chaturuna Gratana comes out with Sudarang. Testing my linguistic skills, and fingers crossed. I apologise if anyone's watching from Thailand or family members. It's not the right pronunciation, but oh well, that's how you get for today. It's willing to continue. What a ball. Well, that took off. Have a look at this leave. The right-handed batter. Bang. Yeah, okay. Good, strong action, putting it on a good length. Netherlands have looked $1 million in this afternoon sunshine. And a good line again. I can only think of maybe 2 deliveries that were pretty loose. One low full toss on the leg, and another short ball that should have been hit outside off stump but resulted in a wicket. Besides that, the Netherlands have bowled in a consistent line, a consistent length. More importantly, they've bowled to their field, and they're getting the reward for it. Slower ball, really clever bowling from Zwilling. Rolls her fingers across it. That's a rolling off cutter. So you can see a lot slower, thinking about what she's going to deliver, and that's clever, really good. And Panday in the chat says, is Delata related to Bustler? Yes, they're cousins. Bouncer this time. Oh, did that? That might have been a bit of glove and onto the helmet. Good bowling from Zwilling. This is impressive stuff. The slow ball is followed up with a vicious, vicious short ball. I think that's a bit of glove than helmet. Side on might tell us. Mostly glove, thankfully. But that got big, and yeah, I can see the umpires just taking a moment here, and this is a right call just because it might have hit a bit of helmet, and with the rules in place, concussion tests and everything, just to make sure everything is okay. So while there is a little bit of a break and they do want to make sure everything's okay, well, these are the teams that are coming up in Kardama and Kardamania, 31 teams. As you can see there, Netherlands are waiting for the 6 group winners who will then play them in finals championship week. I'm looking forward to Group A. My boys Spain are listed there, but look out for some other big countries. I think Jersey will be quite handy. Scotland 11, the Irish 11, English 11 as well. All stand out, don't they? But there's also a few pretty good smoky teams in there that you've got to keep your eye on. And that has clipped the pad down the leg side. So a dot ball, top over from Zwilling, and picks up the wicket. Bowls a slow ball, bowls a bouncer, has it all. 17 overs gone. Score is 75 for 7. And you have a look at that. That worm just never came to life, did it? Every single time you thought, here they go, another big red dot came. So Netherlands can hold their head up high. They won't want to give it away though. 3 overs, you don't want to go 10, 10, 10 and give it away. They'll want to keep these runs down and chase anything under 90. Sudarang is on strike and might be the batter here to take a bit of a risk and see if they can find a boundary. Netherlands over rate's been really good, so they can take their time here with their fields, as Rabin Reich is going to be brought back into the attack and bowled a really good spell earlier. 2 wickets. 2 wickets for 10 runs. So still just getting the field right. They are going to keep quite a few fielders still in the ring. I think Midon will go back here. So probably for the first time we're seeing maybe a little bit more defensive, as they're so far ahead. They don't want to give away some easy runs. Full ball, edged away. Third is in place. And they will just get the 1. People in the chat saying, has this been a bad start by the Thai ladies or a good start by Netherlands? I think all credit has to go to the Netherlands here. Thailand, we know we're a very good team, but I just think that the bowling's been exceptional. How many loose deliveries have we seen? Barely any, and I think every batter's felt a little bit strangled at the crease, and I think all credit to the Netherlands here. They won the toss. They said, let's bowl. They didn't listen to me in my pre-game. 2 days in a row I said bat first, and yeah, completely wrong. It's a good pitch. There's nothing wrong with this pitch, just exceptional bowling. As that's a thickish edge, and that will balloon through backward point. They might think of 2, but they'll probably just settle for the 1. Every run pretty vital here at the moment. All the 7s at the moment, 7, 7, 7. Edge, and burst through Delator. Maybe just a fingertip. They should turn for 2 here. It's a long throw from out there and they will get 2. So good running. It's not coming out the meat of the bat, but doesn't matter. Runs are runs. It was a wide-ish shorter delivery, thickish shorter edge, and yeah, no hand on it in the end. Burst through, it was too quick. So another 2, 79 for 7. One thing I will say, just be ready for that second innings. From what I saw of Thailand's bowling yesterday, this game still feels like it's very much alive. in the air, in the gap. Just the one, little bit of spin, fumble, and they go. Aggressive running. That's brilliant cricket from Thailand. There was only a small fumble out there. I think that's land here. And they sneak a second. That's what Thailand are renowned for. Usually aggressive between the wickets. Watch here. It was only a small fumble. But bang, kicked forward, and they went straight away. Good cricket. They get themselves an extra run. Could prove crucial in a couple of hours. You never know. We have 16 deliveries. I think best case for best scenario for Thailand here is 19 off those 16. Not easy, but you never know if they can do that. Get to that 3-figure mark. Psychological barrier maybe. There's a bonus run as well. The Netherlands, they'll be hoping 2 or 3 good deliveries at this backhand could potentially wrap it up and go get the pads on. They've done a really good job so far. They would have sat back yesterday and watched Scotland play Thailand, and they would have been very excited for this game, this day. Oh, inside edge this time, and pretty good from Delator. That's good fielding, good keeping. Watch this. It's only a bit of an inside edge, but it deflects the ball quite a bit and gets the left paw down in time to get a glove on it and make sure that doesn't go away for a couple of extra runs. Good fielding, good keeping. Last ball of this over from Reich. Full, driven handsomely to mid-off and run out. Well, the Netherlands are just on fire. It was hit and run. Zwilling's having a great game. Exceptional. It was the old hit and run. I don't mind it, actually. I thought it's probably on. In the end, it's run out by quite some distance. And Zwilling is having a good game here. Watch this. Hit to mid-off. They go straight away. You've got to be clean. Down and release quick. 3 stumps to aim at and hits. There's the celebration. Little bit of Rabin Reich accidentally getting in the way of the batter, but I don't think it mattered. She was just going to back up the ball. Nothing to see there. And another wicket goes. It just continues on this day for Netherlands. Anytime Thailand think they're going to get back into this game or get a couple of free runs, they seem to pick up a wicket. 82 for 8 after 18. Let's have another look. Great fielding, isn't it? They've been pretty clean all game so far. Hit pretty well. Down, up, release. Yep. Thanks for coming. Some gorgeous pitches as well. The ground and everyone at Kampong's done such a great job here. Nice to have some ECN cricket on turf as well. 12 balls remaining. Zwilling, who just affected that run out, will bowl out. Last over of her spell. Exceptional figures. Edged. Oh, vital runs. Wasn't a chance to later. They should come back for 2 if they're quick enough. They will. So 2 handy runs as Kamchofu gets off the mark. Kamchomfu, I should say. My apologies. And Van Oostrom's had a lot of work to do out there at third. Done quite well at it. 2 runs. Slower ball. And given. Well, maybe a feather edge on that. And Zwilling continues to be having a bit of a heater here. As the batter doesn't feel that might have been an edge. But given straight away, it must have been a noise. And Netherlands are very close now to wrapping this up. Rolling off cutter, slower ball, off speed, whatever you want to call it. Easy catch from Delator. Big appeal and given straight away. So another wicket will go down. And Thailand on the brink of being bowled out now. 84 for 9. Remarkable. Obviously disappointment for Thailand. Each batter just not having a day at the moment, but credit to the Dutch. They've bowled exceptionally well and just asked the right questions. I love this slower ball. Good to see a bowler thinking using their full arsenal. As Putawong comes out, the last batter for Thailand, and this is a sort of tricky scenario now as the batting team. You don't want to get bowled out, so you probably bat your 10 deliveries and just try and get some bat on it. Don't look to do anything silly, and maybe you can get 6 or 7 runs just keeping it on the deck. If you get bowled out, you always leave a couple out there. Get to the last ball and then maybe try and hit the last ball for a big boundary. But for the Netherlands, they're 1 away here from a perfect 20, I'd say. And he's left alone. So Zwilling, fantastic figures also. 2 for 10. .84 for 9. Remarkable on what is a pretty true wicket. No demons in this. Well, that one comes in a little bit, and it's a hit and run. This could be it. Oh, missed run out. That would have been it. That would have wrapped it up. The Dutch have done everything right so far, and that would have been the 10th wicket. Roland Lefebvre's here now, high performance manager of the Dutch. I'm sure he's had a busy day at the airport this morning, and now coming down to watch the women's. It was Rabeen Reich there at mid-wicket who got around to her right and very close. Would have wrapped up the innings. Zwilling again pushed into the leg side. And that's the one. So last ball for Zwilling here, who has very good figures of 2 for 12. And the Dutch have been exceptional so far. 86 for 9. 7 balls remain in the innings. Now, if they can have 1 or 2 big partnerships at the top, I'm going to go very close here today. Punched into the offside. That's an attractive looking shot, but just the single. So a couple of singles ends. Zwilling, fantastic figures. 4 overs, 2 for 13. The Dutch in control of this one after 19 overs. The score is 87 for 9. As we get through to that very last over, Thailand, they'll be wanting to bat through these 6 balls if they can get into the 90s. You never know. You look at that worm. Wickets have just fallen consistently. They haven't been able to get over 4.5 and over the whole time. But I don't think it's been poor batting. I think it's been exceptional bowling. I've only seen 2 loose deliveries in 19 overs. As we do get through to the last. Rabeen Reich will bowl the last. She's got fantastic figures of 2 for 17. As I see an old familiar face, Stefan Myberg's here as well. All the Dutch royalty have come out today to support the ladies. Good to see. Scott and Max in the YouTube chat. So everyone coming out to support the ladies. Great to see. Still attacking with mid-off and mid-on in the ring. I like it. Good captaincy from Seegers. Last overtime, 6 balls remaining. Well bowled, well driven. Oh, it's a lovely shot from Putawong. That's not the shot of a number 11. That's a gorgeous stroke. They'll get 2. Will they come for 3? They'll go. This could be close. It's a great throw. Oh, just feel maybe Rabeen Reich could have taken the stumps there. It was close. Great throw from Van Oostrom. Deep mid-off. A good running as well. They will get through for 3. Handy 3 runs that. What a lovely shot from Putawong, the number 11. So that does get them into the 90s. Chatter and Gratana now on strike, 2 off 7. Still an important 5 deliveries here. Netherlands don't want to let their good work slip. They've been so good for the last hour and 15 minutes. They want to close this off. Sort of jars out a full ball. That's it out to square leg. So just the single. 91 now for Thailand. Trying their best to get up to that 3 figures. A little bit of a psychological barrier if they can. Still keeping 5 fielders in the ring. Covered tight. Still hunting dot balls. Again, full and straight and just good bowling. A lot of people in the chat today saying it's been amazing bowling, giving the Thai batters nothing to hit at all. Really not much that the Thai batter's been able to do. It's just been consistent lengths and good lines. Driven nicely. Will they push for 2 here? Quite quick between the wickets, but they'll just settle for the 1. So good again from the Dutch. You can see a lot of energy used running back and forth, keeping it to 1. 92 for 9. 2 balls remaining in this very first innings. A slight change to the field, so going to bring 1 more across into this offside yet to get that point in place and cover. Guess that is the value of bowling your overs quickly. You can take your time at the back end, get your fields in the correct positions. Driven again, well, here we go again. Willie, oh, brilliant. And the Dutch have been brilliant. That sums it up. Swilling, second run out for her. She bowled well, she fielded well. What a cricketer. And the Dutch are cock a hoot, and you can understand why they've dismissed Thailand for 92. After winning the toss and electing to bowl, and what must be said, a pretty good wicket here in Kampong. They've fielded and bowled exceptionally. This was driven well straight to Zwilling, who looks an elite fielder. 2 run-outs, and this is great work. The Dutch, you can see why they are so happy. 93 runs to win, and let's not forget Thailand are ranked number 11 in the world, Netherlands 18th. This would be a bit of an upset, but they are playing at home, and they must be very happy indeed. As warm round of applause as they leave the field, and you can understand why. They have been exceptional in these 20 overs, and all the plaudits to the bowling unit, backed up well by the fielders. So 93 will be the chase as we roll through some of the highlights. And at the start, it was all the Netherlands, wasn't it? Electing to bowl first. They picked up wickets at the right time. There was a couple of boundaries here and there, but not many. But it was when Rabeen Wright came into the attack and she took these 2 wickets in a couple of deliveries. Really caused a huge dent. These were the 2, both caught at cover from Lynch. And well, putting it in the right spot, asking the right questions, you get rewarded, and that's exactly what happened. For the Netherlands, they'll sort of feel that all that good bowling at the start has been rewarded by the back end as well. Delange came into the attack, was hit over her head off the very first delivery, but then produced a fantastic spell as she got the big breakthrough of Choate and was caught well by backward point, just reaching for that one a little bit, and nice safe catch. The fielding was really, really good today. Not many mistakes. A couple of feather edges through to Delater, the keeper, who didn't make any mistakes behind the stumps. That was a nice shot through mid-wicket for 4. A handy boundary. But the runs were few and far between. There's a little bit of match awareness there. That was rolling back onto the stumps. But Delange, for me, is one to look out for. Really talented leg spinner. Putting it on a dime and getting a bit of turn on a placid pitch. There was some boundaries and some nice batting, but not too many. They just kept doing what they needed to do, did the Dutch. And, well, Lynch was rewarded coming back into the attack, bowling 3 overs in the power play, a 4th later. And then at the end, it was all Zwilling time. Zwilling, the quick seam fast bowler, I thought bowled exceptionally. And these run-outs at the back end have to be touched on. Look at that, down, up, bang. Thanks for coming. There's 1. And Jonty Rhodes would be happy with that. That was the first run-out. Came back and bowled a good slower ball there, mixed it up with some bounces as well. And this is the second run out. Even better, 1 motion, staying tall. And yeah, thanks for coming. Easy decision for Martin Hancock, the standing umpire. That takes us to the end of the first innings. Thailand have a lot of work to do if they're going to get back into this game. 92 all out. Let's have a quick look at the scorecards, shall we? And there it is, 4 batters getting into the teens. 10, 16, 18 and 18. No one going on with it. 8 extras helped to get them to 92, but overall, sometimes it's just not your day, and it just felt like anything Thailand tried, the Dutch had the right answer. Let's have a look at the bowling scorecard now, shall we? And, well, it's exceptional. Everybody doing a job. Swilling 2 for 13. Rabin Reich started the rot, 2 for 22. DeLange 2 for 14. 1 for 17 for Lynch. 1 for 12 for Overdyke. And even Landheer's 2-over spell at 14 wasn't bad at all. So 92 all out. What a start to this game on this sunny Tuesday in Utrecht. We will be back in a little over 15 minutes for the all-exciting run chase. Bye for now.
This European Cricket Network event is proudly brought to you by HCL Software and Bizaway.
Welcome back, everybody. We're in sunny Utrecht, beautiful part of the Netherlands, about 20 minutes south of Amsterdam, and we have a very good game on our hands here. It's a warm, sunny day, pretty windy out here, but the cricket's been very good indeed, and a high standard has been set from the Dutch. That's Van Oostrum and Seegers walking out to the middle of the opening batters for the Netherlands, and they're going to have their work cut out because this Thailand team is extremely good with the ball in the field. I don't know if you got to watch them yesterday, but they bundled Scotland out and were very effective with the ball. I was mightily impressed. This time, it's a little bit of a different story or different tale because they've been bundled out for 92, so they're going to have to be exceptional with the ball. And this should be a good game of cricket. Netherlands, obviously the home nation in this tri-series, will be hoping to get the first win in this week of cricket fiesta. As I welcome back all the viewers around the world and wherever you might be. If you do want to interact with us, we are on YouTube, so you can always jump in the chat and say what you need to say and say hello. So we're almost set to go in this run chase. Player of the match last game was the bowler on your screen who's warming up. Just have a look, deep square, and third seems to be the two boundary riders. And Sudarang will open the bowling first ball in this run chase. Big swing in and well defended from Seegers, and Sudarang in the previous game 3 for 3, player of the match, and it was mightily impressive. Just put it in the right spot over and over again, and the fielding backed her up. They're going to need some early wickets. They might be feeling a little bit under the pump after, I think, obviously scoring something under par. In the air, and it lands in a pocket space, and here comes the throw, and it's run out. Well, there you go. This is the fielding of Thailand. Unfortunately, it's going to be a diamond duck for Van Oostrum, and the question will be, it felt like a bit of a hit and run, and that's a huge start for Thailand. Great fielding. We know how good they are in the field. Let's have a look. It was a spliced drive. It lands in a gap. Watch this. Attacks, pick up, ping. Their fielding is good. All of them are electric. Keeper to the stumps. And easily out. Unfortunately for Van Oostrum, that'll be a diamond duck, and that's mildly disappointing. I feel like that might have been a bit of a barbecue. I'm not too sure there was one there. And the first wicket will go after 2 deliveries. And you can't do much. Sometimes you have to trust your partner, but there probably wasn't a run there. So disappointment for Van Oostrum, but I'm sure there'll be many happier days in the future. Talented cricketer. Once again, look at the fielding though. Cuts the angle brilliantly. And great keeping from Kiato to get to the stumps. Easy for Rizwan Akram at square leg. And it's going to bring Delader out. Babette Delader, who is the cousin of Bus Delader. I know Bus Delader obviously set his name in lights the other day, but Babette Delader is an extremely talented cricketer in her own right. Big appeal, but that's going down leg, and a lot of swing, and this is why Sudarang was so effective yesterday. Got the line right with the swing, and it just honed in at the stumps. This one going down leg. But if you thought this game was going to be over because Thailand would roll for 92, you're mistaken. This game could be red hot. There we go. That's the better line. Bringing it back in. Decent pace as well. Oh, good ball. Well timed, actually, and brilliant fielding. Exceptional. Thailand just picking up exactly where they left off in the field the previous game. That's Chai Wai at mid-wicket. That was quite well timed and dived down to her left and stopped a couple extra runs there. And it is the first run off the bat in this run chase. Delader with the wicket. With the run, I should say. So with the wicket. Has been a long couple of weeks. Wow, what a shot that is. And a shot of authority from Seegers, who puts the run out behind her. That's going to be the first boundary in this run chase. And it's an authoritative stroke coming down the crease. And whack. Thanks for coming. 4 runs all along the carpet. It does take us to the end of a pretty eventful first over. And the score is, I believe, 5 for 1. So this is also something that we want to touch a little bit more on, is that big ECC event at the end of this year in September, 25th of September to 20th October. 31 nations. It's going to be great. Honestly, if you haven't tuned in for, watch the ECC. It's our marquee event in Cartama, in Spain. And I'll be there the whole duration. I can't wait. It's my favourite trip of the year. And there's so much talent on show. Anyone can win. Belgium, always a dark horse in that T10 Fiesta. Germany as well. Don't count them out. Some very good teams and some very good nations. As we are almost ready for over number 2, and I wouldn't be surprised, it must be Maya has the ball. Maya, right arm seam, but quick. Bowled exceptionally well yesterday. Got a couple of edges that were caught. Brilliant catch in gully. And a very nice action. Here we go. Well bowled and well played from Delader, who's right in behind that. And this just feels like one of those niggly sort of targets, doesn't it? Any other team, and you think, oh yeah, 93, we romp home, but it just sort of feels Thailand, how accurate they are with the ball and how they field. This will be a close one. Well bowled, well played, lovely stroke, but another dot ball. Delader is one of the standout batters here in the Netherlands system. Plays around the world as well. Fair break international games, and I want to play an innings of substance. Look at that batting out of her crease here, trying to negate the swing. Always thinking. Driven handsomely, 4 runs. What a lovely stroke that is. Over pitched from Maya, and that is crunched into the covers. 4 runs, and what a gorgeous stroke. And you bat out of your crease to try and negate the swing, and you can actually turn some balls into half volleys. So both batters have got an early boundary. This is something that Thailand couldn't do when they were batting. They just couldn't find the boundary. Will be down the leg side and signal to wind. That I guess this is the other tail of the tape. Thailand, we know they're very good in the field with the ball, but they have to be on. They can't afford to have 2 or 3 very sloppy overs because it will get away from them. Only 92 to defend. They're going to have to be at the top of their game and try and create 10 opportunities and make sure they take all 10 opportunities. Better length and cut nicely to backward point, who Chantham. He's electric there. But yes, Eagers and Delator. You look at that Dutch batting lineup. One of these two will definitely want to be there pretty deep. Some of the supporters out there, and sure they're enjoying themselves. Don't have to listen to me when they're watching from the side, so that's also a bonus. Short ball, crunched. Well, there is a fielder out there at deep backward square, so just the single in the end. It's 11 for 1 here. So last ball of this second over. Maya, a little bit over pitched in this over so far. Yesterday came out the blocks, bowled exceptionally well to Scotland. Oh, what a shot. Well, standard deliver. It wasn't the worst ball you'll ever see, but crunched down the ground, and that might go for a boundary. Good fielding out there by Thailand, and they'll keep that to 2. So, handy stop. They've got to be on here. They've got to make sure they stop everything. It was a gorgeous stroke. Look at that. Thanks for coming. Oh, Rizwan Akram, the umpire, had to dive out the way. This is the fielding effort. Well done. I actually think that stop. That is brilliant work. Brilliant work. You see Thailand throwing their bodies on the line early in this one. And a good start for the Dutch. So despite the early wicket, some nice signs with the bat. The score currently is 13 for 1. This is the table. It's only early doors in this women's try series. Scotland had the bit of a big loss yesterday, so that net run rate might come back to haunt them. But Netherlands, if they get a win here, what a start for them. So Sudarang going to continue with his right arm in swing. Well bowled, really well bowled. Good line, good length, coming back in, honing in at the stumps. There you go, that's a good view of Delator, and batting out the crease, making sure, trying to negate the swing. And cashing in on anything loose, and that is loose. What a lovely stroke from Delator. Another 4, and this is starting to turn into a dream start for the Netherlands, who bowled well, and despite the little blip of the Diamond Duck, have come out pretty good with the bat. They're timing the ball, something that Thailand just couldn't get going at any stage. And they are on top here. 76 required. They've got some good spinners they still have to go through, but Thailand need to lift, otherwise this is going to race away. A lovely drive. Oh, great fielding. Wow. That saved 4. They only get 1 in the end. The Thailand fielding has been exceptional, but some beautiful batting as well. Kamchofu at mid-off. Watch this for a stop. A beautiful shot from Babette Delator in the gap. This is going for 4. This is timed, and look at this. Wowee, sensational. At the moment, Thailand are throwing themselves left, right and centre, trying to stop this early onslaught from the Dutch, who are looking the goods. And a nice drive to mid-wicket. Just the dot ball. And if you're a Thailand supporter, I reckon you're feeling a bit sweaty and a bit nervous at the moment, because these two ladies at the crease at the moment are timing the ball pretty nicely. Looks like they're batting on a different wicket almost. Better length, but the line's wrong. So it's a slight appeal, and that's the only difference from Sudarang today compared to yesterday. She's been a bit straight and a little bit wide, hasn't found the line. Would have liked, had 3 for 3 yesterday off 3.1 and 1 player of the match. And you can understand why. Exceptional figures. This time flicked away, gorgeous stroke. That could go for 4. No, that's Meyer out there, who was electric in the field with a cannon. What an arm. Unbelievable. They are so good in the field. Big smile, keeps it to 1. Look at this for fielding as well. It might sound like I'm harping on it, but they are very, very good in the field. Around about 20 metres, quick pick up and a quick release right next to the stumps. So they're doing their best to hold on here. Netherlands, though, they'll be the happier of the two teams. They've started very well indeed. And the score currently is, I believe, 19 for 1. And, yep, they've seen enough of the pace. They're going to go to spin, so Meyer will only bowl the 1 over. That's interesting, holding her back. I thought maybe they'd go to Meyer a couple more times. Good with the new ball, but Butchatham is going to come in early. A little bit of right arm off spin with a decent little away swinger. They've got some dangerous spinners that bowl it on the spot, so they've thought that Seegers and Delator probably looked pretty good and pretty comfortable against the pace. Let's change up and go with some spin. So here we go. Straight away, a little bit of difference. So that's not a traditional off-spin delivery. If you actually watch the hand closely, it's sort of just a bit of a finger behind the seam, and sometimes they're little away swingers and sometimes they're coming in. Very clever. In the air, and it's over cover. Nice shot. It should be an easy 2. And they will get back for 2. I love the intent from the Netherlands. I really do. When you have these niggly sort of chases, the worst thing you can do is try and take your time and chew up some dots and put pressure on the middle to lower order. You have a bit of ownership when you're in that top 3 to get on with it, and that's exactly what they're doing. 21 now off 3.2. Oh, and swept away. That's going to be 4. What a shot from Seegers, who's seeing it like a beach ball. One of the shots of the day. Full, smacked away, and a handy 4 runs. So a lovely start from the Dutch, who haven't put a foot wrong today. They have played exceptionally well. And that's the 4th early boundary of this run chase. They went to spin this over, but at the moment, the Dutch are answering all the questions. Width, hit well. Good hand from Meyer, and she's a live wire in the field. Very quick indeed, keeps it to a dot ball. Good fielding. Always with a big smile on their face, the Thai women. Right now, 68 required. They need a breakthrough. Well, it's a innocuous looking shot, but just chipped into the leg side, be it dot ball. Seegers was lining up her favourite slog sweep, but pulls out of it last minute. Oh, it's full again, and jarred out. So blocks the Yorker to finish the 4th over, and at the end of 4 overs, it's all the Dutch at the moment. The score is 25 for 1. Despite that early run out, it has been pretty calm and pretty clear sailings as the breeze does pick up over this ground, but still good conditions for cricket. We have a look at that worm, and that's what you want in a chase. You want to get ahead of the rate early. You don't want to chew too many deliveries and then play catch up. So those early boundaries have set the right tone here for the Netherlands. This looks like another bowling change. So Thailand not messing around here. Putawong's going to come into the attack. Left arm off spin, but more in swing really. Once again, another bowler that keeps one finger on the seam and just tries to swing it in and tail it back into the stumps. Be looking for LBWs and bolds here. Deep mid-wicket, deep mid-on. The 2 boundary riders. Still 2 overs left in this power play. Babette Delader on strike. And there it is, swinging in, and that hasn't missed off stump by far. So got to be careful as a batter here. I know you have a tendency to want to hit it through the offside, but it's swinging in at those stumps. Well bowled, really well bowled. Nice start from Putawong, who's got a lovely little action. Oh, that's unbelievable bowling. That's been cut off middle stump. That swung in late. And Babette Delader just got their bat down. Look at that come in. Wow, really good bowling. Got to be careful here, Delader, of trying to hit it through the offside. It's coming in. That's a better option. Lovely shot, no deep square. That'll be 4, and that's how you counter it. It's very good batsmanship. Just thinking about the angles, and instead of trying to hit it through the offside, goes with the swing basically and plays a gorgeous sweep shot for 4. Right now, Thailand, has to be said, they're throwing as many punches as they can, but they're not landing many. Well played from Delader. Gets the boundary and 30% more careful. Just nudges that into the offside. They've been able to find a boundary in basically every over. Taking the edge out of this chase. And again, well played. In the end, learnt the lesson from the first few balls, and that does end the 5th over. Netherlands coasting at the moment. The score is 29 for 1. You can see Seeger's 13 off 13, Delader 15 off 17. Plenty of batting to come there. Rabin Reich listed to come in next, and they do bat quite deep. Frederic Overdijk's there listed at 8. For Thailand at the moment, you can see that they're trying anything they can. They took off Meyer really early. That was a little bit surprising. Thought spin might work, but at the moment hasn't. I do like that captaincy, though, from Chawai. Not sitting back, wants to try and be proactive instead of reactive. As that's cut nicely, and one of the more poorer throws we see come in. Pretty rare from Thailand, but keeps it to a dot. Seegers and Delader are both in. If one of these two can bat through, you'd imagine the Dutch will get there. For Thailand, they need a wicket in the next couple overs. Need to make something happen. It's a bit of a slog across the line that time, but gets away with it. They should get 2. It's in a big pocket of space, and they will. It is a big boundary to the left of screen, so another 2. That was a little bit loose from Seegers, but gets away with it. Nothing wrong with that. We are still in the power play. So the field is tight. Full ball, straight. Jarred out, dot ball. Yeah, with both batters being on 15, really is up to one of these two to bat deep now. One of these batters bat deep. Netherlands should come away with the points, you'd imagine. Big appeal, but sliding down the leg side, so a dot ball. And the other impressive thing is both batters 15 off 17 apiece. So they've had the intent, they've played their shots, and you only have to go in 4.5 and over. They're doing exactly that. So it looks like a slight delay as they are going to change the field, I believe. Or no, unfortunately, there might be a bit of an injury here. I'm not too sure what's happened there, but maybe just a tight leg or tight calf. But yeah, it looks like there's going to be the 12th player will be brought onto the field. I'll get a name for you, but yeah, unfortunately, it looks like a bit of an injury. And well, isn't that nice to see? There you go, being helping a friend out, helping a buddy out. One thing about this Thailand team, they're always smiling no matter what. Isn't that nice to see? Obviously, a bit of an injury here, and unfortunately, we'll have to leave the field. Maybe a rolling of the ankle. We didn't pick it up on camera, so I'll try to find out what's going on. Hopefully okay. 12th player coming on. Lipatana has come into the field as the 12th and onto the field. So that's a shame. Never want to see anyone injured, but hopefully everything is okay. There you go. There's coach earning the big bucks, doing the right job, and I'm sure that we'll see. We'll find out what's happened to Sudarang there, and Sudarang is one of the main bowlers. Only 2 overs at the top, so that might be 2 overs that they'll be missing later. As that is driven. Well, brilliant fielding again. That was hit so hard into the offside and kept to 1, and this is why Thailand are a good team. That was actually Kam Chompu there at cover. Driven well. Thought it was going away. Look at that. That's brilliant fielding. Exceptional. They've been good in the field. Has to be said. They just haven't been able to create something with the ball yet. Full, straight, one hand down, top ball. So power play complete. The Dutch, they're the happier of the two. The score is 32 for 1. Have a look at what's coming up tomorrow on the network. This is in Hungary. This is our T10 ECS going on there, and 5 live games there. I was there last week. Beautiful part of the world, good cricket. Plenty of sixes actually going on over there. I think the past score, it's been 120 every day. Starting with Budapest Kings versus United Chalad Budapest. 2 good teams. And right at the back end of the day, match 50, Budapest Kings versus Royal Eagles. So if you do love the ECN and everything we have to offer, and you want a bit more club cricket instead of the national teams, that will be live tomorrow morning, I think 9:15 Central European time. So back to the action. Power play compete. Field spreads a little bit more. Well bowled, swinging it into those stumps from Pudawong. Lovely action, really is. Just efficient. Low full toss this time, and it's driven quite well out to deep mid-on, but just the single. So Seegers now and Delater have gone through that power play. They've done a good job, and when the field spreads, if they can milk it for a while here, just keep ticking that score over, it's going to make less work for the remaining batters in that lineup. Nice feet. Good feet coming down the crease, just pushed to cover, so dot ball. They're playing Pudawong pretty nicely now. There was a couple of hairier moments in the previous over, but seem to have got a good batting plan now. Swinging in again, driven, very nice. Just the single again. Netherlands doing everything right. And they might get an overthrow. Nope, they won't. Brilliant backing up out there. So just the one in the end. has to be said, the Dutch look in complete control. They've been so good from the moment the toss of the coin, electing to bowl first, and haven't put a foot wrong. Shot, strong, straight, deep mid on in place, just the one. This is the partnership. This is the partnership that could really hurt Thailand, and it is. Let's remember that it's 35-run partnership now. They lost a wicket straight away, did the Dutch, but they've consolidated well and look in complete control. Down wicket again, and mistimes this one to cover. So 7 overs gone. It's all the Dutch, and the score currently is 35 for 1. I want to welcome you all to the Dream Box, we like to call it, or the commentary cube. It's up to you what you call, but yeah, we were just showing a lot of graphs of that. There's plenty of cricket going on. We're in Malta at the moment for some international cricket between Luxembourg, Malta and France. We're in Budapest at the moment for some club cricket. There's 11 teams playing in a round-robin tournament, and then finals, top 4 make finals there. And over here, we've got 6 T20s all the way to Saturday with 3 very high-ranked teams, all in the top 20. ECN cricket, this is what it's about. I don't know if you're just joining the network, but we play over 1,700 live games a year. I'm exhausted because I'm on the road all the time, but I love it. It is an exceptional job, and it's so much fun to be here. And always fun interacting with all our viewers and getting the questions in. And I've seen a lot of good positive comments in the chat of people saying they're loving it and the free coverage and watching cricket. Thank you all. We do see all your messages. We appreciate all your messages. And I hope you enjoy the rest of this game. But at the moment, it's all the Dutch at the moment. I can't see Thailand getting back into it unless they pick up a wicket now. A slight appeal, but that's off the glove. So that will be a run, I believe. No, leg byes. I got that wrong. So slight appeal, but going down the leg side. So what can they do? What can Thailand do to get back into this game? How can they force an error or get a little run out, something cheeky? Driven beautifully again, but straight to cover. And the moment delayed up from the famous cricketing family in Netherlands, doing a good job. Nice shot. What a shot. One of the shots of the day, if not the tournament. Down the ground, turns it into a half volley and smokes it straight. Look at this. Bang. And Rizwan had to duck for cover as it collides straight into the sight screen. Partnership is 40. Only 53 to get. And I would say this is Netherlands to lose now. They look in complete control. Chaturagantana, I should say, has been brought into the attack, trying everyone. Full ball again, defended. I think for the 2 batters out there now, it's just about being smart and making sure you don't give your wicket away. No loose shots, keep it on the deck, and they should be able to get these runs. There's another quicker delivery on middle and leg, and another dot ball. So 40 partnership, 45. Really impressive going. And well defended. So another over goes down, just the one boundary off the over. And once again, the Netherlands just have this happy knack of picking up one boundary and over. At the end of 8, the score is 40 for 1. Look at the bowling figures, and it's not through a lack of trying. They've given everybody a go, but they just haven't been able to get the breakthrough. You look at that wickets column, not one bowler has a wicket to their name, and a testament to the Dutch at the moment, who are seeing them all off. And for Thailand, if they don't pick up that wicket in the next, let's say, 10 deliveries of this game, could it be all she wrote? So it looks like another bowling change. Kem Tromfu is going to come into the attack. So you can see the captaincy of Chawai isn't one to sit back. Wants to give people a go. Wants to try and find a wicket. As you can see, more spectators have come down after finishing work. It is about 4 o'clock, 10 past 4 local time. So I'm sure some universities and some companies have finished up for the day already. And if you are in the area, come to Utrecht, this beautiful ground Kampong, and watch the end of this one. Will we have a twist? I guess that's the only thing we're wondering. Will we have a twist right at the back end here? At the moment, doesn't look like it. Driven nicely again, but mid-off was brought into the ring. So another dot. Trying to string a few dots together, but the Netherlands batters have been so good at finding a boundary. Ooh, a little bit loose that time on it. Breaks through the inner ring. There could be 3 here if they're quick enough. Definitely 2. And they will settle for the 2. So 2 handy runs. Babette Delata doing a good job here. Once again, no spin. And getting away. This time breaking through the inner ring. I think we're down to 50 to get. As Babette Delata really does enjoy running at the spinners, and it's proving very effective. Another one. Seegers as well, 19 of 23. Different styles, but both batters doing a great job for their country at the moment. Really good batting. Really good batting that from Seegers. Just seeing a big hole in the leg side and saying, well, if you're going to leave me that gap, I'm happy to shuffle across and just tap it in for 1. At the moment, it is all Netherlands. Another one. Delata down the crease again. And this is just calm, precise batting from these 2 at the end of 9 overs. Netherlands women are in complete control right now. It is 46 for 1. Having a look at that scorecard, unfortunately for Robin van Oostrum, 0 off 0. That's the old diamond duck. Can happen. I'm sure we'll see more of her in the future, but what a good response from the 2 batters at the crease. They haven't looked like getting out at all. Really, only a couple of shots maybe with the ball swinging in at the stumps, but overall, they've been in complete control. They have not looked too phased about what they're facing and just doing enough. So, back to the action. 10th overtime. Oh, it's a big wicket. Well, runs past one. Does this open a door? Delata going down the crease, doing exactly what they enjoy doing, trying to get that one away down to mid-on or mid-off. This time the ball just goes on with the arm, and lovely hands from Kiato, the keeper. How quick was that stumping? And Thailand, well, their body language is of a team that doesn't believe they're out of it just yet. Great hands and a big wicket, really. Here's the side on. This is a gorgeous view. Runs past it. Bang. Lovely keeping. Really nice keeping. Don't want to make any mistakes, but Babette Delata, well batted. Looked really good and has to depart. Once again, it's a nice little ball that, just going away. Doesn't get to the pitch of it, runs past it, and the wicket, the big wicket. So, does this open a small door for Thailand? We're going to find out. They've got an extreme amount of work to do. Number 4 coming out is Rabin Reich, who bowled pretty well earlier, 2 wickets, and started the sort of collapse for Thailand. There's the Scottish Brains Trust are saying, some of the players, coaches, and they'll be watching from the side. They were down here having a training session in the background, and they'll be pretty keen on seeing who comes out in this one. They've got a couple games left. They only arrived 2 days ago, so probably acclimatising a bit better, and they'll be very curious to see how this pans out. Reich on strike, and will that wicket create a collapse? That's what they need. It is a big wicket. We'll have to wait and see. Played her cricket in New Zealand in the off-season, did Reich, and from all reports, hit a lot of runs. And that's driven beautifully. Positive looking start. Nice cover drive. So in a bit of form. Usually when you take wickets in the first innings, if you're an all-rounder, you take some of that confidence into your batting innings. Oh, plain miss. Was there a feather? I don't think so. 2 dot balls. Got to be careful here, the Dutch. Hit hard down the ground. Nice looking stroke, but should just be the single. Reich's off the mark. And, well, there's probably a lot more pressure on Seegers now, isn't there? We had 2 set batters at the crease who were batting calmly. Babette Delater batted really well. Just ran past one. Still wanted to try come down the wicket. Don't mind that. That's how you play. Just misjudged the line of the ball. But Seegers has a bit more pressure now because she does not want to get out now. And that's good. Just taking their time. And the worst thing that can happen is 2 set batters go at the same time and open up a massive door for Thailand, and they are chomping at the bit to get back into this game. So that's hit really nicely down the ground. Nice from Seegers, who's playing a very good captain's innings. 10 overs gone. We're at the halfway stage of this chase. The score currently is 48 for 2. This is our little halfway summary, and as you can see, 92 all out. It was really good bowling for Zwilling, Delanger and Reich, all combining. No one making a big score, but in this second innings, I think the talking point now is Babette Delater's dismissed for 24 off 31, a good innings. But Seegers sitting there on 21 not out, has a lot more responsibility. Well bowled, and just a single. So Seegers are happy to go about their work. I wouldn't be surprised if the field comes in here for Reich now. A couple people in the chat, I think, mentioning they think that Thailand are back into this game. You can see the comparative scores, actually. There were only 3 runs behind at this stage, but a couple extra wickets. Nice drive. Really nice drive from Rabin Reich, who's come out here and played a few shots of authority. Good start. Yeah, you feel like this is their opening. If they're going to do it, they have to go bang, bang. Have to find another wicket. Get Seegers here and maybe get Reich out cheaply, and then you start to feel, is the game turning? They've got a lot of work to do still. Oh, in the air, but no, it's safe. Mid-off is back, and, well, that's what happens when you hit boundaries at the start. The field will spread a bit. I think mid-off could come up. I think that's one thing Thailand need to think about. Try and tempt them to hit over the top still. Don't give that easy single to mid-off. Well bowled, well played. So what is it? 42 or 56. No issues with the rate. Wickets in hand. The Dutch still in control of this T20I. So that's flicked away nicely, real calmly to the leg side, and another single. That's the thing, they can do it in singles. At some stage, Thailand will have to take a risk and bring some fielders in the ring, and then that's maybe when you want to try and find the boundary. Good batting from Raik, who's come out and hit a couple of singles straight away. She hasn't got stuck, which is very important. As you can see, some cyclists in the background. We are in the Netherlands. Very big bike culture here. Hit extremely hard again, but another single. This is okay. Netherlands will be okay taking every over for 3 or 4 and keeping wickets in hand. Because if they do that, they'll have a big chance to get back into this game, or to win this game, I should say. 11 overs complete. Score is 53 for 2. Yeah, for me, I don't know if they would do it, but Maya only bowled 1 over at the top, the seam bowler. I'd be tempted to give her a burst right now. I'd probably stick with the spin, but I'd be tempted. I think Maya's one of those bowlers that could easily take 2 or 3 in an over. But they will stick with the spin of Chaturagratana. Again, I think the Netherlands batters are feeling pretty calm against the spin at the moment, especially through mid-on, hitting extremely hard and looking good. So another single to start the over. Seegers has trickled on to the quarter century, 25. There's the dot ball. So operating with a lot of spin at the moment. They do have some seam left in the locker. Still some options for the captain, Chawai, to think about. So that's not a timed shot, straight to mid-wicket. So a couple of dot balls, builds a little bit of pressure. And this time produces a sweep shot, bit of yes, no, and good fielding. Really quick hands. They're electric in the field, Thailand, and they always seem to be able to zing it in to the stumps. And look at this, little paddle around the court. Watch this fielding. Down, up, bang. Zings it in, and we don't have the technology for decisions, but that was definitely not out. And that's hit extremely hard, but that should only be 1. Oh no, misfield. Well, Thailand haven't missed anything for so long. They've been so good in the field, and Kanoi makes a mistake and apologises to her teammates. That was hit hard, but should have been stopped. 1 bounce, 2 bounce, and yeah, just didn't get behind it. So that's a vital 4 runs. It really is. Just takes the edge off for the Netherlands, who might have felt they were getting squeezed a little bit. And a dot ball to finish. So it was actually a good over until that boundary. That boundary really hurts them. 12 overs gone, 58 for 2. And look at that bowling scorecard still. Yeah, I think for me, Sudarang's gone off injured at the top there, so hopefully she's okay. But Maya bowled 1 over for 8. I'd be tempted. I'd be tempted to throw with the ball and ask for a little burst now before it's too late. Mix the pace with the spin from one end, but still sticking to spin and spin. Seegers still there, 35 off 48 with 8 wickets in hand. This is Dutch's game to lose. I think from here, even if you lose a wicket or 2, so many wickets in the kitty that you should be able to get there, but they'll be nervous. Be a big win for the nation. As that's a beautiful looking drive, isn't it? Seegers is batted beautifully from the start. Might have felt a little bit guilty about the run out, but has put her head down and looks very calm and hits the ball extremely well. In the air, oh, just short of cover. Been right, just reaching for that one. Peter Wong's been brought back with these left arm little off spinners that sometimes just goes with one finger behind the ball and swings it into the stumps. Tight mid wicket there as well. You can see on the corner of your screen. Oh, I think that's out. Yeah, it is. It's a good delivery. That's the genuine left arm off spinner. And Peter Wong is an extreme talent. Brings it in, brings it in, brings it in, and that one spun away. What a good ball. This is exceptional bowling. You can see why they're so talented. Watch this spin. Just a bit. Just a bit. Only has to straighten a bit, and it does exactly that. So, and wicket goes down. Rabin Riker, feather edge, and let's not take away. Kyoto, the keeper, doesn't make mistakes. That's a beautiful little catch. And the decision is made. You got to go, and fortunately, Rabin Riker, she was looking good, but has to go now and depart. See it again. Angles it in. Pitches just goes away. It's really good bowling. It is exceptional and an easy decision for the umpire. So Zwilling comes out, who bowled brilliantly in the first inning, fielded brilliantly as well. And we'll want to see her team home here. A good performance with the bat here, and you might be staring at your player of the match. Thailand, credit to them, have not given this up. They are fighting as hard as they can. I wonder when they're going to bring Maya back. That's what I'm waiting for. Nice start from Zwilling, who punches it straight. Oh, it's a bit of a yes-no maybe. Oh, they get through for a single. It's a tight one, but it's good running. Look, they hit the stumps even when it goes through the keeper's legs. Just the one, so Zwilling is off the mark. What are we looking at? 33 still, or 44. You feel that the Netherlands are still ahead by quite a bit. While Seegers is there, there's no worries. But if Seegers was to get out now, that might change a few thoughts and a few perceptions around there. Oh, top edge, and there's no 45. So that's going to balloon away. They should get two. They will get two. Handy 2 runs, and Seegers doing a good job. .28 now. Captain's innings. Last ball of this 13th over. Can Peter Wong get it right? Does get it right. Almost sneaks it through the gate. Doesn't, but is a successful over with the wicket of Riken. 13 overs gone. The score, 62 for 3. We might still have a game on our hands. You have a look at the worm, and it's been above the whole time, but is it slightly, and I mean ever so slightly, coming down? You look at Thailand's innings, they actually lost a wicket in the 20th, the 19th, the 18th, the 17th, the 16th, and the 14th. So they just kept losing wickets consistently, and it just kept hurting them. .62 for 3. Starting to get to the crescendo of this match. Couple of boundaries. Basically shores it up for the Dutch, or the wicket of Seegers opens it up for Thailand. Straight, flicked, single. That's good. That's okay. Zwilling, be happy with that. Look at the 4 fielders diverge on it. Thailand don't mess around in the field. They're all super active and they enjoy their fielding time together. hit down the ground from Seegers again. Been very strong in that mid-on region. So 1 and a 1. This is okay. At some stage, Thailand will have to take a risk and bring a couple extra fielders into the ring. It just depends when Chaiwai, the captain, decides that stage is. It's a bit of a better line, but it's a lovely shot from Zwilling, who's having a fantastic game with the ball and in the field. And another one. (28 off 39). Still 7 wickets in hand. There you go. There's the risk. So mid-on has been brought into the ring. And Seegers enjoys that area. That's going to be a wide just down the leg side. So Chaiwai, the captain, has said no more of this hitting it through mid-on. I'm going to go stand there. And there's actually a wider mid-on in place as well, but trying to negate that one down the ground. Interesting captaincy. And hits it a little bit squarer, so we'll still pick up the single. This is good for the Dutch. This over's had 4 singles off the bat and a wide. This is lovely. They'll be feeling pretty calm, I think. 26 off 38. 7 wickets in hand. And another good single from Zwilling, who has come out and not gotten stuck at all. I think it's time to go back to seam of Maya and take a stab at it with the seam. And another single. Seegers has batted exceptionally. 6 singles off the over with a wide. 7-run over, helps the Dutch no end. 14 overs gone. They're getting closer. The score is 69 for 3. (24 runs required, just at 4 and over. It's going to take a massive effort. This is what's coming tomorrow. Netherlands playing Scotland. Looking forward to that. 2 p.m. local time again. So I'll be back here and looking forward to that. I do think there was a little bit of bad weather forecast, but fingers crossed we can get a full T20I in. I'm sure we will. And really looking forward to that. I'm sure Scotland will want to bounce back after a bit of a drumming yesterday. And the Netherlands, well, they might be 1-0 in this competition. I'll have to wait and see. This is the bowling change, but not the one I thought I'd see. Cam Trump-Fu is going to come into the attack. And I have to wonder, I have to say, they've been very good. I like the captaincy of Chaiwai, but maybe does Maya have a niggle? She's such a good bowler. She only bowled 1 over, and there's only 24 runs left. I'd definitely consider bringing her back on, maybe from the far end, maybe the next over. Otherwise, it's going to be too little too late. So full and straight and well defended from Seegers. Pretty pivotal over this one. If this over goes for another 5, 6 or 7, they're almost there, aren't they? Thailand running out of time. Shot down the ground, hit extremely hard, and just another one. And this win for the Netherlands does open up this tri-series a bit. And see in our YouTube chat that ECN Robots put a poll in. Feel free to give us your vote. Netherlands, Scotland, and Thailand. Who's going to win this tri-series? Driven well again, and another one. The Dutch are in complete control. They've almost played the perfect T20. They were exceptional in the field, exceptional with the ball, and I've been mighty impressed with this batting display. Extremely calm. Oh, takes a risk and it pays off. Swept around the corner. Won't go for 4, but it'll be 2. 2 vital runs. Seegers noticing no 45 in place and pretty happy to just lap that one around the corner for 2 runs. So 2 more runs to the total. And currently, this looks like Netherlands will coast home to a victory. 20, final 20 runs now. Seeger's still there, 34 not out. Brilliant innings. And now a powerful sweep shot. That's into a big gap, and 4. What a shot. Seeger's playing a captain's knock. 38 not out. A vital boundary as we get to the closing stages of this. The Netherlands have batted extremely well. .77 for 3, and well, I think the two players out in the middle, two batters out in the middle, they're both fighting for player of the match. Seeger's 38 of 40. He's willing with 2 wickets and 2 run-outs. Could be either of these two. And well driven again. 39 now as Netherlands look like they're going to win this quite comfortably. Another over is gone, and 15 overs bowled. 78 for 3. Have a look at that table, and obviously it's early doors, but a win for the Netherlands does open it up straight away. If Thailand had a one today and gone to 2-0, and it's always hard to catch them, but right now it's all Netherlands. Here's the bowling change, I think. Have they finally done it? No, they haven't. Still no Maya. There must be a niggle or something a little bit behind the scenes there to not bring back your spearhead seamer, but reasons that I do not know at the moment. 15 runs. I think this is your time to gamble if you're Thailand. Bring mid-off in, bring mid-on in and say, go on, hit it over the top. I don't mind if you do. Maybe you can force a wicket, or maybe you can force a mistake. So Pushetham is going to come back into the attack, and 2 overs, none for 9. Bowled okay. Just hasn't been able to get the breakthrough. None of the bowlers have been able to find the breakthrough, and the Dutch batters have just been milking the ones and finding the odd boundary. I think at the start, the latest boundaries really helped with Seegers, and then since those boundaries, they've just been happy to sit back and hit a couple of singles and get them to the total. Again, nice batting. It's just clipped off the legs, and another one. And I think if Seegers does see this out, could potentially steal the player of the match off as Willing, her compatriot. But Thailand must be thinking, do we take a risk? What can they do? 14 to get. Can they turn this into a big comeback? I've seen crazier things in the sporting world. Lovely shot. Willing really has come out. Willing's been, I think, mighty impressive in all 3 facets of the game. Competent bowler, more than competent bowler, exceptional fielder, and obviously batting at number 5, highly rated with the bat as well. There's a little edge away, and this could be 2 more, or will they be able to keep it 1? They'll just settle on the 1. Seegers keeps going about her business and probably deserves to be there to the end. Hasn't given Thailand anything. A proper captain's knock. It's a slight delay. Just a bit of running repairs to the shootlace. Vikiato, who's kept really well. Didn't look $1 million with the bat today, but I'm sure we'll see the best of her in the rest of this series. 12 to get here in Utrecht before we might be calling it a day. Yeah, nice shot, lovely shot, and in the gap. Well, gorgeous batting. That might go, actually. The outfield's quick. No, 2, and they'll settle for the 2. Seegers is probably a bit fatigued out there as well. 2 more runs to the total. A little bit of width this time, Zwilling. Take your pick. Maybe let me know in the chat who's going to be your player of the match. Is it the all-round of Zwilling, who took 2 wickets, 2 run-outs, and looks like might end on 10 or 12 not out, or Hugo Seegers for carrying their bat? Big appeal, though, and well, that might hurt Zwilling's chances. Probably going on to leg stump, and a wicket is gone. Do we have a late twist? I don't know. In the end, Thailand keep on fighting. He's out, LBW. It ends a pretty impressive game for Zwilling. Probably disappointed not to see the runs off, but let's have a closer look at this. Yeah, it looks like falling across there, and Rizwan Akram's an exceptional umpire. Don't think that's spinning down the leg side. That's definitely going to get a bit of leg stump. So out LBW, and Thailand fighting as hard as they can at the moment. Good all-round game as Netherlands make their way closer to these runs. Not too sure they'll be still a little bit nervous. They should be pretty confident they'll get there, but funny old game cricket. Maybe a couple of nerves still. Some nervous players in the dugout. Frederick Overdyke will be coming in now and just needs to offer some good support. Probably see this one through and let Seegers be back on strike. So Frederick Overdyke on strike. Last ball of the 16th. I think even chewing a dot ball here wouldn't be the worst thing, and let Seegers be back on strike. Oh, well bowled, and big appeal. Well, 2 appeals really. One to Rizwan for the caught behind, and another one for the stumping, but not out. Let's have a closer look. Just looked like a play miss. Can't tell if there's an edge, and foot is grounded, so not out as Thailand keep fighting, and don't expect anything less. Just getting back into the crease there. Good hands again, once again from Kiato. But that is a dot ball to finish, so a wicket does come. This is what's coming up tomorrow. All the international fixtures and plenty going on. T10s in the morning. Malta, Luxembourg, France, Luxembourg. Then at 2 p.m. we have Netherlands, Scotland. I'll be back here. And then again, we have a T20I, Malta, France. So live cricket action, 4 international games tomorrow, all brought to you by the ECN. And if you want to tune in to Malta, Vinny Sandhu, I believe, is out there, and he'll be doing his best work, I'm sure. As Pudawong, who's been my pick of the bowlers, will come on and bowl the 17th. And aggressive stroke from Seegers, who probably feels there could still be some tension, but has batted brilliantly. So 9 to get off 23. Still all the Dutch. There's some of the fans in the background. This is where you need to be bringing mid off and mid on up. Take a risk. 9 runs left. New batter at the crease. Well bowled, and yeah, really good feet. Picks up the single, and they'll think about 2, but just the 1, and that's why I think you could have potentially have brought a few more fielders into the ring, because ones will win it from here. They don't need to take any risks, do the Dutch. 8 runs required. Well bowled. Really well bowled. Seegers, 8 runs required, 8 runs for a 50, but I'm sure she isn't worrying about the personal accolade, the captain of this side. And that's timed, not timed, sorry, to cover, so another dot, but that's okay for the Netherlands. A couple of dot balls here won't bother them. Those boundaries early in this run chase has just kept them above the rate the whole time. Gets inventive and could get 4. No, picks out deep square leg. Just the single. Seegers has obviously practiced that sort of sweep shot. Moves across to the offside. Plays it quite well. and driven straight to this tight mid-wicket. So a quick over there from Putawong. Gets through it. Brilliant spell. 1 for 14. Pick of the bowlers for me from the Thailand team today. But 17 overs gone. It's 86 for 4. 7 runs to get in this T20I. As we are right at the back end, and 43 or 47, the cornerstone, Heather Seegers, the captain of this country, has played a captain's knock. 7 runs to get, despite the early wicket. She's been there the whole time and wants to be there at the end, I'm sure. 1 boundary would almost get us there. Thailand, to their credit, they keep fighting. They do not know when to give up, this team. Flicked away and straight to the field. A bit of yes, no. Oh, this could be run out. Oh, I think it is. Oh, not out in the end. That must have been close. Some exceptional fielding. And just to remind viewers, we don't have third umpire decisions in this, but that must have been close at the non-striker's end. There's a bit of yes, no. A great throw again. Let's have a closer look. Remember, Rizwan has to make a decision from the naked eye. It's the right decision. Good umpiring. Really good umpiring. Just in. Just in. And Seegers whacks one out to deep mid-wicket. Oh, it's dropped. Well, it would have been a very good catch. Oh, interesting. It was hit extremely hard to deep mid-wicket, and Seegers gets a life. And, well, that might be all she wrote. Chantham puts it down. Made good ground to the right, but just couldn't hold on to it. Still, only 7 required if that was caught. But it is a chance. The only chance I can remember of Seegers giving. As that's jarred down the ground just for a single. Good from Overdyke. And 5 to get now. Even though that dropped opportunity does feel like it's a little bit too little too late. Beautiful shot. I don't know if there's a hand on it. And if there wasn't a hand on it, it can't be run out. Otherwise, it would have been good from Butchertham to not appeal there. That's good honesty. It would have been one of those freakish run-outs at the bowler's end. Look at this. No hand on it, though, and didn't go up at any stage. So just the 1 to the Netherlands. 4 to get. 1 more boundary. And that will wrap it up. A very impressive victory, has to be said, from the Netherlands. If they get there, 1 shot away. Hit hard, but to the fielder. I will give Thailand some credit. I think their fielding's been exceptional. I really do. They've fielded and thrown their bodies around, but fortunately they'll look back at their batting group, and I think just not enough runs on the board today. So that's hit through cover, and slight misfield. This will be another 2, as the Dutch are only 2 runs away now from a famous victory in Holland against the 11th best team in the world at the end of 18 overs. We are 91 for 4. So 2 runs to get, and the Netherlands, they'll be pretty happy indeed with this result, following in the steps of the men. And good times for Dutch cricket, isn't it? Very interesting. You look at these figures. Myers bowled 1, I can only assume, has an injury as well. And Sudarang went off injured. So maybe the 2 seam bowlers in this Thailand team have both picked up niggles, and that might be something to look at for the rest of the week. As it's only 2 runs to win. There's Maya, still out on the field. But maybe something wrong with the bowling arm. We'll have to find out. Maybe we can bring you that news tomorrow. So 2 required. Seegers is on strike, and wouldn't it be fitting if Seegers can hit the winning runs? And she does. What a fantastic shot. And I look over at the Netherlands dugout. They are absolutely wrapped. Some big cheers. 49 not out for Heather Seegers, the captain. And what a captain's innings. has to be said, looked so calm the whole time, and that's a fantastic win for the Netherlands. They bowled exceptionally well, they fielded exceptionally well, and that run chase was as calm as anything you'll ever see against a very good Thailand team. So the Dutch take the points on this Tuesday in Utrecht, and what a fantastic game. We'll bring to you a little player of the match ceremony after we wind down here, and I'm sure it'll be between Zwilling and Heather. Heather Seegers, that is, the captain. And nice round of applause from everyone around the ground and the umpires. Well done to Martin and Rizwan, because it was a very good game of T20 action. Have a quick look at those highlights, and it was boundaries at the start that really hurt them. But this was a diamond duck for Van Oostrom, who would have been super disappointed, but that's cricket sometimes, and I'm sure she will come back finding fit later in this series. And after that, it was the Babette de Leyder show with Heather Seegers, her captain, who both batted beautifully. It was really impressive indeed. And well, they hit the right ball to all parts. They kept finding boundaries, and it just felt like every over they would get one boundary, and they kept ticking and ticking and ticking. And this partnership really opened it up. It was a fantastic innings. Babette de Leyder, I thought, batted exceptionally well. And overall, just an impressive Dutch victory. That was the injury to Sudarang, which was pretty important. And yeah, that was the injury, and hopefully she's okay. And this was the wicket we thought, well, it's out now. Maybe that will open up an opportunity for Thailand, but they just couldn't get consecutive wickets. Rabin Wright played a few nice shots as well, and yeah, they just kept ticking. And it has to be said, it was one of the more calm victories from the Netherlands. As even though they had the odd wicket every now and then, they just knocked it round the park. And Heather Seegers for me, I'm not too sure. I haven't heard word of player of the match just yet, but I think Heather probably has to take it as captain, or willing for an all-round display. And that was the winning shot. A big slog sweep, one bounce four, and a fantastic victory overall for the Dutch. They start their tournament the right way, and to do it at home with all their friends and families watching and plenty of spectators around, they'll be feeling very happy indeed. So the Dutch come out winners in this one. They win by 6 wickets, a comprehensive victory, a calm victory. Heather Seegers 49 off 51, Babette de Leyder 24 off 31, and they did all the damage. Really impressive, and that did take us to the end of the game. Let's have a closer look at the bowling figures, shall we? And well, everyone tried their best, but just couldn't get the wickets column. It just wouldn't fall for them. Has to be said, though, I wonder if the injuries to the faster bowlers in Sudarang and Maya might have cost them a little bit. So you always want to have a bit of pace out there as well, but they only bowled 3 overs 20. The spinners tried their best, but just couldn't get the wickets happening. And Thailand women, 92 for 10, bundled out. The Netherlands women, congratulations. What a fantastic chase that is to win by 6 wickets, and a really good game of T20 action. Do stick with us. We will have a quick fire player of the match ceremony, and we will surprise you. It's between 2, I reckon, but a really impressive game of cricket, and I can't wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow we have Netherlands playing against Scotland, and that'll be a very good game indeed. So do stick with us in the next minute or two. We'll get over to miniature trophy ceremony for player of the match, and yeah, this should be fantastic indeed. So stick with us, and we'll be there in a moment. What a game of cricket. As we're almost ready for the ceremony, so stick with us, and we will get into position just shortly.
Hello and welcome. We're here for the Player of the Match ceremony. It's going to be presented by Rizwan Akram, and there's no surprise. Heather Seegers, 49 not out. Congratulations, you're the Player of the Match. Rizwan, do you want to pass her over a little?
Many congratulations. Thank you. Well done.
Really good innings indeed. So just a couple of questions. Obviously the captain of the Netherlands. I thought the bowling innings was fantastic, and you must be proud of your bowlers and your fielders to bowl out Thailand for 92.
Yeah, the bowlers did really well. I think we've been really strict on them because they haven't been putting performances in, so I'm really happy that they've turned it around.
Yeah, I thought you bowled and fielded fantastic. And, well, your batting innings, so 49 not out, you must feel so proud to bat through the innings and get a win for the country.
Yeah, I'm really relieved we got over the line. Yeah, it's hard to miss out on a 50, but I'd rather have a win than a personal...
Yeah, I understand. That's a good captaincy method as well. So tomorrow, Scotland, are you excited for that one? And that should be a good game of cricket as well.
Yeah, Scotland is always a good game. We're really tight, so it's going to be interesting.
All right, good luck and well done today. Thank you so much, Heather.
Thank you.
No worries. We'll pass that on to Maxine. Yeah, that does bring us to a wrap of today. It's the Netherlands that get the win, 6-wicket victory against a very good Thailand team. But we are back again tomorrow, 2 p.m. It's Netherlands versus Scotland. So it's going to be bye for now, and we'll see you tomorrow.